Good afternoon everybody, welcome back to the channel. Those of you tuning in perhaps for the very first time, it's great to have you on board with us today. Very warm welcome to all of you wherever you are in the world. If you are new here, then make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and don't forget to give us a thumbs up, a little like throughout our journey today. A special one that we've been waiting for quite a little bit of time now, from Horizon Simulations, a freeware development group. They've been working on various aircraft, including the ones that we used the other day, the Horizon Simulations mod for the Latin VFR A320 family. But one of their projects they've kept under wraps for some time, and then they've begun to kind of leak information out a little bit, drip it out to the community, is the Boeing 787-9 for Microsoft Flight Simulator. And now finally, that's what we're digging into today in a special preview, along with loads of other content creators across the community throughout today and through the weekend. We'll all be showing you guys various features and what to expect effectively in this aircraft, which hasn't yet got a release date, but work is ongoing, and this is a preview release candidate, so it shouldn't be too much further away either. In relation to today's stream, however, we're flying the TUI UK Boeing 787-9, here she is, on stand here, from Palma de Mallorca all the way back to Manchester Airport. Just flights Palma for the scenery, and Mako Simulations Manchester for the scenery for our arrival as well, our destination today. Big welcome to all of our channel members in the live chat. David, welcome. Zato, hello to you as well. Rab, Ian, g'day to you. Badger, welcome guys. Living on a player. The commentator, good afternoon. Carlito, Mikel, welcome folks. Ashley as well, good afternoon. My goodness, 29 months. Thank you for all of your ongoing support. She looks good, doesn't she? This is going to be freeware, in response to Aviation BBA's question there. Hello to you. And Andreas asking, is it based on the Asobo one? And again, the answer there is yes. So you will require Microsoft Flight Simulator's Premium Deluxe Edition for this to work, much like the Kuro 787-8. And they're hoping in the future to kind of maybe split it so you don't require it. But yeah, unless you have Microsoft Flight Simulator Premium Deluxe Edition and the 787-10 installed, then this won't work for you basically. I'm just trying to sort out as well, away from the stream, a little issue with New Sky, the client we use for our virtual airline software. When we track our flights on streams, it doesn't recognise this aircraft yet because it hasn't been released, so they've not added it in. So at the minute I'm working off in the background as well, trying to get that added to the New Sky client, so when it is released that'll all be working as well. So maybe a little bit too late for today to track that, but externally it looks really good. They've done work with the sounds thanks to Heavy Division, another freeware group, for the Gen X engine option, which is what we're using today. And the Rolls-Royce engine sounds aren't custom, but you can use the FT Sim Plus Payware Sound Improvement Pack to kind of improve those. I was going to add the Gen X FT Sim Plus sounds to this package today, but I wanted to show you guys the custom sounds they've put into this specific engine variant for today's live stream as well, just so you can see one of the other features that they're doing here. Zato saying can't wait to do Norse flights in this bad boy. But it's had a slight issue with the sim as well. It'll be the quickest startup in flight sim history for him. Lots of 787s, various other aircraft like the 737 flying along as well. Haz was asking earlier on before the stream started, is it worth getting the Premium Deluxe version of Microsoft Flight Simulator? And that's only really a question that you can answer yourself, how you perceive the value of the upgrade cost, because it is almost, it's about 50, 60 quid, isn't it? I think it's like buying the sim all over again. And yeah, I guess it depends on if you think it's good value for money or not, effectively. Elvice001, Christos, hello to you in Zurich. Mo, I think so. I've not tried it properly. This is a genuine first kind of full flight in the aircraft. But we'll see. Let's dive into the flight deck, shall we, folks? And we'll see what we've got. It's very much, as you can see here, a typical 787 flight deck, because they're all the same effectively. 787-8, 9 and 10, the same aircraft, just a different length. But they've done little bits of work on the systems to make it a custom package within this aircraft to make the 787-9 alive. And it's got SimBrief import. The EFB is from the World Update, isn't it, from a little while ago. I've not used it before, so this is all a little bit new to me as well, quite exciting. And SimBrief importation is inside here, really smart. So you can go to initref or whatever else you need, go to index, settings. You can change your various modes here if you want to. You can change the Horizon Simulation SATCOM on or off. That's the little Wi-Fi dome on the top there. You can turn it off if you want to. If you're maybe flying an airliner that doesn't have SATCOMs installed, you can toggle it off and it will remove that. If you press next page, it'll allow you to put in your user ID for SimBrief or your username for SimBrief. Once you've inputted it, it will then load here, verify it, and then if it's correct it will go active and green like so. And then you can go to weight and balance, providing you've got a flight plan all set up and installed and tweaked. Within SimBrief you can press set from OFP and it will load it all in. So that's our weight, fuel, load, balance, everything for today's flight back to Manchester. Nice and short really for a 787-9, these kind of flights, but it does show you the flexibility of routes, not just long haul, but you can do some short haul ones as well. And then from there we can go to route, we can press route request, and this is flying, this is going to load in all of the SimBrief flight plan stuff. He hopes. There we go. So flight plan is ready to load. This is all new to me. This is pretty cool. The doors page, Toby says, is made by us. Hello to you, one of the Horizon Simulations contributors, developers. Good afternoon, Dwal, as well, and Scott. Hello, mate. Welcome, welcome. Let's have a little look here. So we'll compare that against perhaps New Sky, if it will let us. No, it won't let us load into that one because it's not working yet. Basically, we want to make sure this is all correct, so I'm comparing it against my SimBrief flight plan. It all looks good, so we'll execute that, and the initref, we can just pop it in like so. Set our cost index and our reserves as well. I'll have a look at the doors page while we're here, because that's what Horizon Simulations have worked on. Entry 1 left is open at the moment, look, because we've got the jetty attached. In fact, it also has a custom GSX profile they've been working on. So I'll request boarding. I've already done catering, and those rear doors there were used, so doors 4 right and 1 right were used for the catering process. And you can see there the cargo door opening. Entry 1 right is opened as well, but I think that's just a desync with this. They're still tweaking lots of things with this aircraft.
Passengers boarding starting.
And if I initialize flight here, pretty sure that means that it will commit a lot of stuff to the aircraft, but again, I'm not too familiar with all that kind of thing. We've got a performance page here for the takeoff as well. Copy FMC data. I don't know if it will give us the data because we haven't put our departure routing in yet. Let's just check. We use the METAR command in the live chat. You guys will be able to see the current weather conditions here at Palma de Mallorca. So winds 260 at 26 knots. And with that, we're going to depart runway 24 right giving us a 24 knot headwind and an 8 knot crosswind. So go to departures, arrivals, 24 right, and we're going to depart on the Drago 2 Alpha departure. I'll look for any discontinuities here. We go Drago straight to Papos, so no discontinuities. Horizon Simulations in the live chat. Welcome, welcome. If anybody has got questions about this throughout the journey as well, it's worth saying that various developers from Horizon Simulations and a number of different account names, including the Horizon Simulations one in the live chat there, they're ready to answer any questions that you guys might have about the development of the aeroplane. So far away. There's no release date though. It's worth mentioning as a reminder there. Right, where are we? Still trying to sort out this new sky thing, that it's not going to work for us, I don't think, anytime soon. Right, FinRes plus alternate 4.9. And cost index for today is, it says 118 actually, which seems quite high. The real life cost index for TUI is, I think it's 18 for these aircraft. But I'll just stick with what SimBrief has generated for now, and then we might tweak the cost index during the flight as well, just to have a little look, see how it all works. And we've got thrust limitation page and everything as well, so let's see if we can get copy FMC data across here. There we go. Leopard 24 right, optimal thrust, flap config. Let's try 10. Anti-ice off. Conditions dry. Wind 260 at 26, and the outside air temperature 23 degrees. I'm hoping this will illuminate a calculate button. There we go. Never used this before, so this is literally a first time doing this. I don't know what ATM means. Acceleration heights, flaps 10, V1 131. Let's run it with flap 15, see how it changes. I like to give myself a little bit more of a margin. Okay. Got a long old runway, haven't we, to be fair. It doesn't tell how much we're actually going to use of the runway. Thomas, welcome aboard, thanks for subscribing. I might change the cost index, to be fair. What have we got here? Live streams. Cost index of 21. Real life TUI ops. Let's pop that in. And then if need be, we can revert back to the other one, can't we? That'd be more efficient anyway. So departure is done. Route's done. Takeoff page. We'll go for flaps. I feel like flaps 10 or 15. I'm a little bit torn between the two. We'll go for flaps 10. We are fairly light for these aircraft, aren't we, to be fair today. Centre of gravity pre-populates, and you can see there our V-speeds calculating like so. So gross weight 166.5 tons, and our pre-flight is complete. Linker says ATM is at flex. Oh yeah, look, cell temp 61. Takeoff 2. And we've got to configure for our departure NADP 2 acceleration altitudes. So it'll be 1,000 foot above ground level for thrust reduction and climb acceleration. I'll leave those as they are for now as well, not too fussed about them. I might use flap 15 just for, this is the first ever proper takeoff. Not sure. What do you guys think in the live chat? Let me know. thrust limits. Takeoff 2. Climb 2. Sail temp 61. Okay, that's going to give takeoff 2, 81.5, 52.3. So I'm going to change this, recalculate to flaps 15. Takeoff trim 4.5. Yeah, that'll do. Better to be safe than sorry, I think. It's a bit of a test flight, this, isn't it? So, the init ref is all done. Route is complete. Alongside our departure routing today out of Palma de Mallorca. We're not worried about the alternates, although the version is Heathrow today for this flight on the other sides. Climb. So the transition altitude here, we bring up the charts now for you folks with Navigraph. Push start here on stand. We're going to then head up Whiskey 5, Echo, and then up the taxiway here. Is it Hotel? I think it might be, I'm not sure. Up to Hotel 1, just because it's a wider turn for this longer jet. And then we're going to take off 24 right. Heading out over the water initially to 12 DME, 236 for the track, down to back axe. And then turning right over the Ondrijks NDB 384 and then braking off 313 degrees at or above flight level 100, 100 passing Drago. Transition altitude is always on the charts, which is why charts are so important. 6,000 feet, certainly on VATSIM. And we'll have a little look at the descent stuff as we get a little bit closer. It's looking there actually on the cruise speed for us today is going to be about Mach 8.3. Look at that, she's a quick one. 2 hour 30 flight time, so that's the VNAV bit done. Legs is all done. Navrad, we could pop the Andrix, the NDB there, can't we? ADX, which is 384. Boarding complete, lovely. I'll pop that in there just in case. Right. What's good, I think here you can press send output and then it will send it to the box, which is quite neat. But I'm not 100% sure on how that all works. And I tend to break things if I click them too much, so we'll avoid that today. At or above 10,000, but I don't know what the initial climb is. Drago 2 Alpha maintains 6,000 except ATC clearance, good. So we'll change the MCP up here to 6,000. And then runway heading, we'll take off initially it's 236, so we'll just set 236. And then that performance tab that we had earlier on, where's she gone? 145 for V2. And in this we can just set 145. The aircraft should automatically calculate +10 for us. Flight directors can go on. And let's have a look at the overhead panel now. Oops, wrong way. So, as with the 787-10 with the new sim update stuff, the flight deck door power button, emergency light switches, they're all working. The recirc fans and the packs, all of those are toggleable. We need to pop our hydraulic switches on. And then we're also going to go to APU start. Let's have a little listen. Andy, hello buddy. Yes, this is a new aircraft coming soon. Horizon Simulations working on it's a 787-9. But again, it does require Premium Deluxe. Towers online, Oliver. Thank you, buddy. Oh, while we listen to the sounds, let me pull up the ATIS for you folks so you can see what the tower ATIS is for departure. Sounds like the APU's fired up. I'm going to put all the pumps on because we are almost ready for push. Fuel wise though, centre tanks are empty, look, so we'll leave those off. APU's 100s and the APU gens are on, so they've diverted power from external power. We need to put windshield heat on as well. And wing anti-ice on. Seatbelt signs on. Let's tune to our tower frequency today on the VHF, which is Palma Tower 1183. And we need to get our clearance. Good. So I'm going to open this one now to transponder so I can set our squawk code. And let's see what we get. So it's information alpha QNH 90906. Squawk, and it was the Drago 1 alpha, wasn't it? I think, and 24 right from memory. I'll see if my memory serves me well or not. Palma Tower, good afternoon. Tomjet 4, Lima November Heavy, Stan 18, Boeing 787-9 with Alpha, QNH 906 hectopascals. Request clearance to Manchester, please.
Tomjet 4, Lima November, buenos dias, Palma Tower. Clear to destination Manchester, 2 for right, flight on route, Drago 2 Alpha departure route, climb initially 6,000 feet, squawk 6207.
Buenos dias, cleared Manchester, runway 24 right. Dragos 1 Alpha departure, initial climb 6,000, then as filed, squawk 6207, Tomjet 4 Lima November Heavy.
Tomjet 4 Lima November, I've done a mistake, it's actually Buenos Aires, but disregard, it's Drago, Delta Romeo Alpha Golf Oscar 2 Alpha, not the 1 Alpha and it's not Drago, so it's just Drago, it's named after the island of Dragonera.
I've no idea what he's saying. Ah yes, correction, Drago 2 Alpha departure, Tomjet 4 Lima November.
4 Lima November, you got a report ready, QNH 906.
Okay, QNH 906. 6207. That was fast, wasn't it?
Osprey 25 Charlie, ready for push and start, please.
Right, 6207 is good. I'm going to pop that just transponder standby at the moment. That's all good. That's set. We've got no other ATC, so we're going to go 1228 for the transponder for the VHF2.
The one I was on yesterday, I'll push back inside approved, K9 996.
Push approved, Osprey 25
That's set. Park brakes on. What have we got warnings wise? Hydraulics, engine shut down, entry 1 left, TCAS off, fuel pressure, engine 1 and 2. So, prepare for pushback. Get the ground crew off the aircraft.
Tower easy 1.
I think I'm just going to cancel my
16, ready for
new sky trip. It's not going to be fixed in time. Rather sad.
Yankee, Roger. You have to push facing east, but long push towards like stand 1-2 or something like that.
So no flight tracking today, unfortunately. We're not going to get a score to see how well we've done.
QNH 996.
Approved, QNH 996, 14 Echo Yankee.
Okay, I think I'm happy with that. He's doing his thing.
Osprey 932 is ready for push and start.
Oh, Daniel, sorry, Oliver's saying if you were to put an estimated time on release to public, where would you put it? Absolutely no idea, buddy.
Coffee taxi into H 996, Osprey 932.
Here comes Le Tug. Or El Tug, actually. We're in Spain. So he's pushing back. The Osprey over there is pushed back. Easy. Iberia A350 900 over there as well. Very nice. I need to get back in here because otherwise I'll get confused with the direction. Zato saying, based on how the PFD looks, can you change it from a split PFD queue to a single PFD queue? Yes. It's inside the CDU. This one. So you can change to XPTR or VBAR. There you go. I prefer that one. Right. And Tomjet 4, Lima November, fully ready. Request push and start in turn, please.
Tomjet 4, Lima November, due to traffic, hold position.
Okay, hold position, Tomjet 4, Lima November.
And Europe 4104, ready for push and start.
I've also set custom views up for you folks, so you can...
QNH 96, push and start approved. Europe 4105.
Right, let me quickly plan a new sky thing. Schedule packs. So that way I can... Robson, massive thank you to that. That's really bloody quick. Really appreciate that. Where are we?
Palma Tower, very good morning. Osprey 2472 with you, with information Alpha on board. We are at gate 54, requesting IFR to Manchester with QNH 996.
Osprey 2472, Palma Tower, Buenos Dias, cleared Manchester 248, Drago to Alpha departure, 6,000 feet, flat minute, squawk 6.
Right, this will take me about 2 or 3 minutes just to sort out here while I book a new flight on New Sky.
Right, Drago 2 Alpha departure, initial 6,000 and then as filed, squawk 6210 for Osprey 2472.
Osprey 2472, read back correct, QNH 996, go ready.
Working away.
Tomjet 4, Lima November, you can expect probably 5 minutes to push, sorry.
No worries at all, 5 minutes for push, Tomjet 4, Lima November, thanks. That's actually worked out really nicely in our favour because it's meant that I can sort out this New Sky thing as quickly as I can. New Sky, I've created 2 custom SimBrief profiles for this as well, folks, by the way. Really good.
Requesting IFR clearance to Manchester with information Alpha. QNH 0996.
Easy 36 for our hotel. Don't forget about the 0. It's just QNH 996. But anyway, clear to destination Alpha correct. Clear to Manchester 248. Drago to Alpha departure. Flight 6 on Treat Nursery. Squawk 6211.
Cleared for departure runway 24 right.
Let's go.
QNH 0996 on the Drago to Alpha. Squawk 6211.
Now I'm going to open up New Sky so you guys can see.
Yeah, it's just QNH 996, just so you know, but simple.
Tower EV1 for Echo Yankee. Pushback has stopped us here. Are we okay just to commence engine start here?
Should be fine. Which direction are you facing?
Here we go. Let's have a little look. So,
for Echo Yankee.
Yeah, that should be fine.
Start this flight.
Anyway, but I'm
it
not
works!
Sure.
Yeah, no worries. Looks good to
Very
me,
exciting.
Right. I mean, in real life you wouldn't be able to do it because there's a big Avianca 787 parked there, but...
Yeah.
This is like eating his microphone for lunch.
Pushback. We're a little bit behind.
Say that again, Osprey 92?
Osprey 93 requesting to cancel the pushback. We're a little bit behind.
I wasn't going to give you pushback anyway because it's a taxi out. I was going to give you startup and then taxi.
So New Sky gives us all this stuff so I can show you guys the profile. I've changed the cost index there, look.
No worries, yeah, take your time. No worries.
Minimum of takeoff fuel 16,000, trip plus taxi 10.4, 4.9 there for the alternate plus FinRes fuel loading there as well. There's all of our estimated weights. Yeah, I'm the first tester of New Sky on the 787-9. Very exciting, Robson. We'll see how it goes. we can tweak it if we need to, can't we? Weather-wise, we can expect a lot of really nasty weather as we approach the UK, but we'll go into that during the cruise as well. We've been given a slight 5-minute delay for pushback, so we can just hold our horses here for a little moment.
Osprey 25 Charlie.
New Sky PVAS is a virtual airline client.
Charlie, Roger, taxi Echo, and North 14.2 forward.
Danny says his dad flies the 787, very cool.
Again, sorry.
Echo and North 14.2
Cracking looking jet, isn't it?
North holding point 24 right via Echo. Osprey 25 Charlie.
Iberia to 1 ready for push and start.
Iberia 3921, pushback and start, push gear, QNH 996.
Push and start, push QNH 996, sector Pulse.
30 minutes already, folks, love it. You guys have already clicked like 74 times, really appreciate that. I'm interested to know when it does get released in the future as well, those of you who are going to be able to download it with Premium Deluxe, where are you going to fly? What airlines are you going to use? Horizon Simulations have painted lots of different airline liveries. This one
Palma Tower,
being one of them. There's some Chinese airlines, American airlines.
Expect delay of a few minutes. I've got
and we're also
pushing back shortly.
working on an Osprey Airways livery as well. Tapsy, one of our livery painters, is working away at that.
Expect a few minutes. I didn't say 3 minutes. I've just got a heavy aircraft to send out, and then I'll get you out.
My apologies.
Air Canada, yep, there's a few of those.
Right. Easy 15 Yankee, how much longer do you need to taxi?
We are able to taxi now for 1 for Echo Yankee.
Follow the Osprey 1.2 for right, or Echo and North.
Receive arrive by Echo and...
So with VATSIM, you've always got to make sure you're ready for push when you request it.
Following November, once traffic's clear, pushback and start approved, QNH 996.
Once traffic's clear, push start approved, Tomjet 4 Lima November. Do you want us north or south facing?
If you can do it facing north.
Yeah, we'll go, I'll give it a shot, Tomjet 4 Lima November. Should be nose left, tail right, unless... This is a custom profile, but...
if you're facing the other way, it should work as well, but it should be okay.
It's a very confusing GSX profile that I've got. I'll try.
Are you on the Justin scenery by any chance?
Just flight.
Ah, okay.
And Tower, Europe,
I'm going to go for that one.
Ready for taxi.
Let's see what happens.
Roger, taxi, Juliet, Link, 4 short of north.
So wait for him to wiggle on out of the way. We've got the safety demonstration as well from TUI, the really nice magical one. We'll be playing that through the taxi too.
Taxi first left, right is via Lima. Juliet, Link,
Pop auto brake RTO as well for now. Okay, pop brake off.
North via left on Lima Mike and Lima Kilo. Yeah, this is pretty confusing. Sorry. First
we don't say the Lima, but neither do they in real life. So what you do, you can expect taxi via Juliet, which is where you're leaving the zone, and then Link, 4 short of north.
Juliet, Link, and then hold short of north. Europa forward for apologies.
I think we're going the right way. He says, okay, engine start time. We can pop the packs off if we want to, but they're on automatic. They should isolate themselves anyway. We'll start engine 1 first, why not? And then fuel control lever, run.
6 Papa Hotel, are you able to maintain a long push facing west?
Here we go.
Yeah, that's fine.
Galaxy AI, welcome.
Facing west.
Yeah, so if you get clear off, if you push like a beam stand to 4 or something like that.
VATSIM seems really loud today.
Say again, Palma Tower?
Yeah, if you can push a beam like stand to 4 or something like that.
Facing 24.
Yeah, face runway 24, but make it facing west, please. So
Crikey.
if you could a beam like stand 2C Bravo or something like that. As long as you're clear of the 787 so that you can taxi out over there.
Oh well, so much for listening to the engine start.
Yeah, that's fine. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, let's watch the animations as well. Park brake set.
Cockpit to ground. We have
Palma Torre, buenos días, Siberia 08, Eco Kilo, final.
Hey, UC, welcome, buddy.
24 izquierda.
08 Eco Kilo Palma Torre, muy buenos días. Viento 260 grados, 25 nudos con ráfagas de 35 nudos, visto 24 izquierda autorizado.
Clear to land, runway 24 left, Iberia 08, Eco Kilo, thank you.
Yeah, you clear to land 24 left, wind 260 degrees,
Crikey,
125,
he's
gusting
way too
35.
loud. I put his output volume to -16. Oh,
Iberia 391 ready for taxi.
where the hell did he come from?
Who's this?
Iberia 3921 ready for taxi.
Iberia 3921, taxi Delta North for the
They do, don't they, Philip? Proper Gen X or GNX sounds, isn't it? That long whirring noise that you get. So good. And they are custom sounds included in the 7879, the General Electric engine option, when it comes on release as well, when it's
Delta
released.
North holding point 2 for right. Thank you, Iberia 391.
Okay, so we've got TCAS off at the moment, that's fine. It obviously will be for a little while longer. Water brake
25 Charlie, wind ready, you
is off.
wind 26
LNAV,
degrees, 25
VNAV.
35 knots, runway 24 right, clear for takeoff, enjoy the flight.
When ready, clear for takeoff, runway 24 right.
Auto throttle, can't remember
It's gonna be a windy one like I had yesterday in Palma.
if we need to set that or not. Quickly over to the flaps.
That's why we're here.
The fuck's just... Slight problem for Tomjet 4 Lima November. I'm not sure why that happened. Bear with me.
Roger.
I think that was GSX.
As long as you're not blocking. Easy 36 for hotel hold position. Easy 36 for hotel, Palma.
Go ahead, Tower.
Yeah, cancel pushback. Will be you a minute or so. I will get you out as soon as I
Right,
can.
parking brake toggle ain't working. I have no idea what happened there. Flaps 15 seemed to trigger this weird poof thing.
Osprey 932, yeah, we are now ready.
Yeah, slingshot mode.
392,
Great if you're on an aircraft
no,
carrier.
No, no,
GSX bug with ground speed, they still haven't fixed that. Anyway, there's the flap animations. And then that's the aileron.
Just start up approved. No pushback. There's no pushback necessary at this time. Do you not understand?
Aileron and back.
No, yeah, sorry, no.
Elevators. We got, let's see, and the rudder. You can see your speed on overlay. Over 65 just before this happened. What the heck? That's really weird, isn't it?
It doesn't matter to me, whatever you want.
Okay, so that's a GSX issue then, by the looks of it. So that stays off. That's all good, that's all fine. Now we're going to have to get back to where on earth that was. A little mini freak out there, Christ. This Palma Tower guy must think the circus has come to town. My god. AP off, pack's all good, that's all set. What have we got here? Engines. Anti-ice. Pop taxi lights on.
Again for 140 Yankee.
In sequence, line up on the way too forward.
In sequence, line up 24 right, EC 140 Yankee.
Subject 4 Lima November, request taxi.
89 Tango Lima, inbound on the ILS runway 24 left, Lorette 1 kilo arrival.
The arrival, you can call me on the ILS 24 left. I don't see you at the moment. Just call me established.
Up he goes. Subject 4 Lima November, request taxi.
4 Lima November, are you facing north?
A firm.
Yeah, so taxi gate Foxtrot, link north for the motor forward.
Taxi Foxtrot, Link, North, and Whole Point Hotel 1, Subject 4, Lima, November.
Hotel 1, Hotel 2 up to you, mate. And Europa 404, taxi right north for the point 2 for right.
North, Hotel 1, holding short runway 2 for right.
Little
Europa 404.
whiz of power.
Yeah, sorry for the confusion.
Takeoff trim, we need to set that to 4.5, so we're going to wind that now, using a keybind for auto with the electronic trim.
25 Charlie, Unicom 1228, Buenos Aires.
4.5 sets.
122.8, Osprey 25 Charlie.
Legs page up on that. For split FMC, you can see our takeoff performance there.
Yankee, wind 260 degrees, give it 25, gusting 35 knots.
Auto thrust is armed. So straight on Foxtrot, let's play that safety demonstration then.
Yeah, Palma Tower, Osprey 2472, stand 54 is ready for push and start.
I see now. 2472, pushback and start approved.
Feedback. Thank you for giving us some ATC. Sorry about that weird GSX thing. I've no idea what caused that. I've never had that before. Hope you don't mind too much. We've got gears down locked. We've got flaps 15 set.
Top hotel, sorry, wait, pushback and start approved. QNH 9996.
So what you'll find when you taxi this for the first time, folks, is the aircraft will, certainly when we're quite low on weight like today, in comparison to some of the routes that it can fly and how far this aircraft can fly, the amount of fuel that it realistically can carry. This is a really short hop for these aircraft, isn't it? So you'll find that it will, once you release the parking brake, it will start to accelerate forwards quite nicely without much stress or use of any throttle at all. So the aeroplane will start to increase to about 30 knots, and at that point dab the brakes back down to about 5 or 10 and then release the brakes. It will just help keep them cool.
I'll call you back shortly when you're over the water.
I'm going to go over the yellow line with the nose wheel.
Facing northeast.
Just to make sure that we don't overshoot in the corner there with the main undercarriage.
Easy 15 Yankee, thanks for your report. Monday Unicorn 122 decimate, buenos dias.
Put it on over your head, pass the straps around your waist.
Europa 4104, wind 260 degrees, 25, gusting 35 knots, runway 24 right, clear for takeoff.
For more information,
Super right, clear for takeoff, Europa 4104.
We can get textures. There you go.
if you need more air, blow into the chimney.
The other side has got dirtier wings.
We are at C91 in sequence, line up runway 24 right.
Inflating your life jacket. If you're traveling
Line up the runway 24 right in sequence after the...
Good old Microsoft Flight Simulator with the weird skiddy wheels.
return it at the end of the flight. Smoking includes
Palma Tower, takeoff Bye-bye.
Buen fin de government.
and handheld devices are switched to flight mode.
Casa Popular y buen fin de.
Items like laptops need to be switched off and stowed securely
Weird taxiing in this view, isn't it?
and placed either
This is one of the custom wing views that I've set up anyway.
in the overhead compartment. Sometimes
See, when this releases, we'll be able to get
compartments can move around,
787-8,
so be sure to avoid
a Dash 9 and a Dash 10. Very exciting.
And if the crew ask you to leave the aeroplane urgently, remember to leave all of your hand luggage behind. We're just about ready for takeoff, so make sure your seatbelt is fastened, your seat is upright, your window blind is up or clear, and your tray table is stowed away. For more information about this flight's emergency procedures, have a look at the safety.
That's another point.
And if
A little bit longer than 787-8. So like the Dash 9, like the Dash 10, you've got to wait. It's a real nice smooth rotation.
from all of us at
The other side for the wing textures, folks. What have we got? There we are.
discover your smile.
Patchwork quilt on the wing. Just like the real thing. Good old engineering tape. So what do we got? VNAV, LNAV, auto thrust, flight directors are on. Initial climb 6000 is set. LNAV, VNAV showed armed on the indicators there. V2 145 is set. Auto brake is set to RTO. Flap set. Cross checked and stab trim is set. Let's get the TCAS.
122.8.
TAR, right?
Adios, gas as formula. Iberia 3991, wind 260 degrees, 15, gusting 35 knots, runway 24 right, clear for takeoff.
Yeah, Kuro works very closely with Horizon Simulations and vice versa. Awesome Pigeon, welcome buddy. Gamer Clark's airborne. Living on a player says he really likes the TUI livery, it fits so well. It does, doesn't it? It's a nice one.
Echo and north.
There's going to be British Airways liveries as well for this. First proper takeoff coming up now in the 787-9 for this preview. Not sure what to expect.
For Lima November and sequence line up runway 24 right.
In sequence lineup 24 right, subject 4 Lima November. 1, 2, 3, ding ding ding. And where's the strobes? There they are. Through the wigwags.
And Palma Tower, Osprey 272 is ready.
Traffic. Oh, traffic was on already.
Okay, 2472, which direction are you facing, south or no?
We're facing north at 2472.
Yeah, I'm assuming you're not
Copy chime for the crew.
no worries at all. Taxi Golf, Link, Hotel North.
Link and then on hotel and 4 on the north.
Over 100 likes already, thank you very much folks. If you want to go to the Horizon Simulations Discord server, you'll find that link pinned, so you guys will be able to chat to them and monitor the announcements from that team via their Discord. You'll hear it there first for release in the future.
58 Uniform Quebec, Palma, Buenos, reach you 5 lot clear.
Here we go.
3921, Montesine, come on to decimate, Buenos Dias.
Checklist incomplete.
Yeah, it's Buenos Aires, sorry, gas is full off.
Yeah, okay, I can be better than
Sin problem, hombre.
Alpha 85 at uniform.
Yeah, 58 Uniform Quebec.
14 information Alpha, QNH, no.
TRA, that's all good, that's all set, that's set.
Uniform Quebec, create Manchester, Drago 2 for Alpha, flight 100, 6,000 feet, Fog 6232.
Oh, that's why. Tick, 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 tick. Wicked, yeah, right, there we go.
060 and 6232.
Normal, yep.
Uniform correctly, correct. Call ready, QNH 9.
After takeoff, lovely.
From 4 Lima November is your time, wind 260 degrees, 125, gusting 35 knots, enjoy the wind departure, 24 right, clear for takeoff.
24 right, clear for takeoff, Tomjet 4 Lima November. Okay. Control visualizer then, bottom left for you folks. Park brake is off. Okay, let's see. So I'm holding it on the toe brake, so I'm going to set 40%. Initially a little bit of stick forwards. We know we've got predominantly a big headwind. If we find the windsock actually, just before I drop the brakes.
3922, roger, taxi via Foxtrot.
Surely there's a windsock somewhere here. There it is.
Foxtrot, okay.
It's pretty much straight down the runway, look, there we go. So, 40%. Brakes off. Engines are stable. Toga.
Osprey 442, roger, taxi via Echo North, Hotel of Link.
Starting to put in a little bit of left rudder here, so I'm going to counter with right aileron for the rotation. Speeds alive. 80 knots. Already, bloody hell. Absolute rocket ship this. Release the nose wheel pressure. V1, rotate. Gently on the rotation. Positive rate, gear up. Look at that wing flex. Oof. Oi. Just need to go and intervene here very quickly. Autopilot engaged. 3,000 feet into thrust reduction. altitudes. Gear is up and auto brake has automatically gone off. Auto thrust, that button there. But I've got a keybind set to toga. Flaps 5 on the PFD, so I'm bringing the flaps up, retracting them as we accelerate away.
C65 Auto, wind 260 degrees, 25 gusting 35 knots, only 24 right for takeoff.
Super lights, it's very keen to climb really steeply this, so you've got to balance that.
Subject 4 Lima November, text Monday, come watch us estimate, have a nice flight, mate.
1228 for Subject 4 Lima November, massive thanks for the ATC, really appreciate it, have a good day.
No worries, you do.
And sorry for the mess of GSX as well. No idea what caused that. Flaps up. There goes the speed tape through 6, and actually we'll keep it going up. I'll set 18 for now. We'll increase the range. You can see the overlay of that. What have we got here? Lovely. Boeing 787-9 airborne. Edelweiss, I didn't see your question, buddy, so forgive me. Yeah, feel free to ask again. Sounds are great, aren't they? Really nice. There she is. There's Palma de Mallorca in the backdrop as well. That's a wicked screenshot right there. Do you hear anything about the Latin VFR A340? So they're releasing the A340-300 variant, but it's going to be at some point in the future. No idea when. No idea when. This is not FT Simpack seller. This is the custom sound profile that they've created in their aircraft. 250. Climbing like a spaceship. Look, we're so light. 4,000 foot per minute. Flaps are up. Quick recall. No warnings. To be fair, I should probably do it on that one because that's the active screen. All good. Okay. What have we got? Let's go to this view. Back to, let me just sort out the landing lights, otherwise I'm going to get penalised. On New Sky. Here we are. Really cool. Like says, you can also see the engine wobbling vertically under the wing. It looks insane, to be honest. Mike, yeah, you're absolutely right there, buddy. It doesn't climb like that on the climb out headed to Perth. No. Kind of wallows airborne, does it? It just barely gets airborne. Let's just zoom in on the engine here. You can kind of see it wallowing a little bit. See its little bit of bounce there, look. Really cool. This is going to be freeware. So good. Does require premium deluxe edition though, don't forget. Let's get the heading bug aligned with our correct direction of travel as we turn. Let's set the outbound heading early actually for that. 13,000 feet. And if we want to, if we don't want to climb at 2,700 foot per minute and we want to smooth that out, then we can just go to vertical speed mode if we want to and wind it down. But I want to show you guys how it climbs. The heavier we are, the slower it will climb as well, naturally, don't forget. So because we're flying a 2-hour sector in this from Palma back to Manchester, we are climbing so fast because we're quite light, and that's fine. As you can see, as it's turning as well, the aircraft is reducing the rate of climb with the turn. It sounds fantastic. Andrew, it will be available from Horizon Simulations. I assume they will correct me in the chat if I'm wrong, but I think it's going to be released on flightsim.to when it's ready. There's no release date for it yet though. This is a kind of a release candidate package they've got, but it's a preview of it. Yeah, General Electric roar is fantastic. Default sound pack, Ben, yeah, from Horizon Simulations. It's actually the sounds from the Heavy Division 787 project, from what I learnt today. Look at the engine bouncing there. It's up to you, buddy. You can fly the SID manually if you want, or you can engage autopilot once the gear's up. Entirely up to you. Oh, that's 18,000 feet. You hear that? That's fantastic. I wanted to level off just so I could hear that little noise, see what it sounded like. Let's continue up. We are going to 380 today, aren't we? Ready? So cool. Sounds are fantastic. The Rolls-Royce engine variant. So you get when you get the chance to download this in the future, you get 2 aircraft in your hangar. You have the General Electric GENX engine option, which is the one we're in today, and then you also have a Rolls-Royce engine variant as well for the Trents. If you've got FT Sim Plus, then you want to get the sound pack for the Rolls-Royce and put it into that folder structure, but leave the Gen X sounds as they are with the Horizon Sim 787-9, because they are all custom sounds. As you can hear, it's a really nice, as Tom's saying, a General Electric roar. Even the startup, it sounded perfect. Your Emperor, hello to you. The Dash 9 looking beautiful this morning. It sure is. The spool down's fantastic sim, isn't it? Lovely noise. We'll listen to it again in a moment. Once we get to 380 in about 5 minutes or so, probably. Headwind installer, yes, Johan. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. Thanks for reminding me. That's where you'll be able to download it from, folks. So it's for PC users only. You need Microsoft Flight Simulator Premium Deluxe, and then you go to Headwind Simulations website and you can download their installer, and that's where you'll be able to install this from, I think. As Johan is saying there, Headwind installer have got a placeholder for it already. FS Insight, how's it working system-wise? Is there anything not working currently? Thinking about the overheads, the FMC, MCP systems. So this is as you would expect from the 787-10. All of the stuff that it can do within that aircraft, this can do, but in a really nice Dash 9 model with a load of custom flight dynamics and all the rest of it. So it can fly automated holds, it has SimBrief route importation, it's got a performance calculator on the EFB there, and Horizon Simulations have done a custom door tab as well there. I'm going to drop that off now, actually, I don't need that. And as we're getting higher, the air is getting thinner, look, and we're flying pretty quick at 290 knots, and the rate of climb has eased off quite nicely, actually. It's a much more sensible rate of climb. This is really impressive. Yeah, it's basically the AAU2 functionality of the 787. Tom says he just used the GENX variant because where he lives, every single 787 operator uses that engine. Andrew says it's like showing someone a full box of chocolates, but we can't sample or eat any of them. But a good tease in a way, looks very nice. It is. No cabin roof, there it is, that's the interior. Less glamorous. But don't forget, this is a freeware aircraft package. That a load of people have devoted their spare time around full-time work, real-life events, all the rest of it, and trying to enjoy being a part of the flight sim community, doing their own flights and things as well. And they've devoted a load of spare time to create this aircraft, on top of all the other projects that Horizon Simulations do as well. Very impressive. They're working on a 747-8 freighter as well at the moment, aren't they? Which looks pretty cool too. How did the takeoff feel? Oliver asking there. It felt really nice. It felt really good actually. We were light, so I was expecting a sporty takeoff, and maybe a little bit more of a twitchy aircraft because of how light we were. You know, we've got 0 fuel in the centre tanks. We've got a fairly light load in the wing tanks as well, and 180 or so passengers, 6 tons of cargo. So for a 787-9, very, very light, and it felt good. It felt really nice. I've got the Thrustmaster Boeing yoke as well, and the Honeycomb Bravo throttle setup. It felt spectacular. This is going to be one of my go-to aircraft, I think, for sure. This is so good. I mean, we're going up. We've got to get it down yet, don't we? There's the flaperons. So the engine vibration looks sick. Look at the wing flex as well, just the wingtips bouncing away there in the background. Even the wing flex looks great, doesn't it? Absolutely, Andy. It's not out yet, SR Loco. This is a preview build of a release candidate. So it sounds like it's close, but the release isn't imminent. It's not going to be tomorrow. There are still little tweaks and little fixes and bits, little bugs they want to squash with the add-on, just so that when you guys do get your hands on it, it's even more impressive. It already is fantastic, but just so there's a few of the little things that need squashing, they don't cause any problems on release. Your Emperor's asking Horizon Simulations if 787-8 is updates coming soon from the Kuro mod. I think from memory they said it is coming soon, but it's down to Kuro whenever he thinks it's ready for that release. Justin, hello buddy, no worries at all. Welcome to you. Good evening to you over in Australia. What are your thoughts on it so far, folks? We've got over 200 people watching, 226 viewers at the moment from what I can see, 227 viewers. Welcome to all of you. Love all of you guys for tuning in. Massive thank you. What do you think? Share your thoughts in the chat. What's your favourite feature so far? Is it the wing flex? Is it the little bounce of the engine? Is it the sounds of the engines? Is it just the fact that it's a Freeware 787-9? Captain Breers looks and sounds great. Johan looking very good. Oliver, can't wait for it. Looks very nice. Illicit Game says really great. Looks really great. We finally have the full lineup for the 787. Overall very good. Speed brakes, the sounds are so immersive. Living on a player as well, also mentioning the sounds there, they're great for him. Really looking forward to having the Dash 9. Mike Bright, loving this. Thanks for the hard work, Horizon Simulations. Tom GD, sound of the engine really makes me good, and the looks are stunning. Can't wait to fly it in a bamboo livery. Now, in fact, while we're kind of climbing out to cruise, I will talk to you about the changelog before I start playing the tunes and all the rest of it as well, because the sounds are great, aren't they? I'm enjoying those. Just find the right tab. Right, so this was an announcement on the Horizon Simulations Discord server yesterday, and it served the purpose of letting you guys know that all these streams are happening today across the Flight Sim content creator sphere, on YouTube and Twitch and everywhere else. Various creators all giving videos and live streams throughout today, onwards through the weekend. And they wanted to share the changelog with you guys, or the feature list actually, not the changelog. And it's been something in the works for well over a year, I think, isn't it? So hopefully it's nice to see their work coming to life in other people's computers as well. So with the EFB, they've added the EFB performance calculations for the Dash 9 and both engine types And the credit to that goes from Kuro, who made the 787-8. So you get the performance calculations for the General Electric engine option and the same performance calculations specific to the Rolls-Royce engine option too. Very smart. And within the EFB, as we've already seen the feature there, they've added the doors page with custom doors and animations for those. Within the model, they've got the exterior model itself, as Andrew's saying in the chat. Can we see the exterior a little bit more? Sure we can. There she is. The exterior now has grime, dirt and markings. They've added the SATCOM, which you can see on the roof, and you can toggle that on and off based on your own preference via the FMC in the settings page. New wing textures as default. Rolls-Royce and General Electric engines are split into 2 separate aircraft in the MSFS menu, as we spoke about earlier. Engine cowlings look a little bit more grey and matte. Oh yes, contrails as well, look at that. Wing flex and engine vibrations have been tweaked. Engine fan blades reworked for better animations. Engine spinners have been recoloured as well. New Hubo parallax window textures. Gear compression now simulated. Remind me when we get to Manchester to fire up flight control replay so I can try and record a replay of our touchdown. I want to see that compression in action as we get the weight on the wheels. Lighting, they've reworked all of the exterior lights. Cabin lighting now has mood lighting external view depending on livery type as well. That's a very smart feature. We won't necessarily see it today, but that'd be something to look out for at nighttime ops. Cockpit, brand new cockpit textures which have an optional download. I haven't got that today. There is another one, like another file set that you can download which improves the textures a little bit more. But I wanted to show you guys the base textures as well for this, at least for this stream. Maybe on Sunday then I'll run this aircraft again. Different livery, different route, with the optional download extra textures. They've added correct engine displays based on the engine type, added the V-bar option, added new General Electric NX sound package as well from Heavy Division and Toby C. And they sound amazing, that's what we're listening to right now, these custom sounds. Absolutely stunning. Matthew, yes, they've already added those patchwork quilt speed tape covers. What do you think as well? Matthew, by the way, one of our channel members, he taught me how to fly the CRJ ages ago. Spent years flying the CRJ. He's now on the Airbus family, I think, aren't you, Matthew? How are you getting on? Flight model wise, they've reworked the flight model to match the Dash 9 flight model tables. Fuel flow's been reworked to match the Dash 9 figures as well. She looks great, doesn't she? Taxi model's been reworked as well to match the Dash 9 figures. Tweaked idle thrust, overhaul of flap configuration, tweaked the drag and lift values, and a little bit of model matching to make sure wing area, aircraft length and fuselage width matches that of the real counterpart too. They've added a GSX profile, a Dash 9 paint kit for all of you livery creators out there. And on release, it's going to have over 30 liveries split across the 2 engine types, which is huge. For Freeware aircraft, they put all this effort in to making this aeroplane look and fly as well as it seems to do, and sound great. And they've then also added over 30 liveries to make our experience even better. And this is one of them. It looks stunning. From British Airways to TUI, they've got various Chinese airlines as well, and loads of American ones, and more. They've added tooltips for those of you who like to leave those on for the Dash 9, and they've corrected the 9 description. And it says, given many heart attacks, grey hairs and lack of sleep. Nice. Air New Zealand is a livery as well. Scoot is another livery. What else have we got here? Let's have a little brief look. American Airlines, stunning. British Airways, Virgin Atlantic as well. Those of you who love to fly pink or red. I suppose it's red, isn't it? TUI, as we're seeing in front of us. KLM is an option. WestJet as well. Air Canada. Norse as well. Somebody mentioned Norse actually earlier on the aircraft, on the live chats. They've got China Southern liveries, that beautiful kind of blue wing effect livery included for release. A couple of Air Canada old and new liveries. What else have we got here? There's so many. Air Tahiti Nui, that's another one. Quite a unique one, actually. Lufthansa. And ANA as well, with their R2-D2 Star Wars livery, which is possibly one of the coolest liveries in the world. It is high fidelity major aviator, yes. Matthew says it's the easiest plane he's ever flown, the Airbus. Comfortable cockpit with the footrests and tray table. Flyby-wise a little funky till you get used to it. The A321 flies better than the 19, which flies better than the A320. Madness. Hawaiian, let's see. I'm not sure. I haven't got the full list. Oh yeah, hold on. I have got the list. So, European operators that are done. TUI UK, British Airways, Norse, KLM, Virgin Atlantic, Air France, Air Europa, Lufthansa, El Al, and they've also got the El Al Jerusalem of Gold special livery, and Norwegian. For Asian and Oceanic operators, they've got Japan Airlines, Xiamen Air United Dreams livery, All Nippon Airways Star Wars R2-D2 livery, China Southern, Uneo, Air China, Thai, Hainan Airlines, All Nippon Airways normal livery, China Eastern, Vistara Jet, Air Tahiti Nui, Air New Zealand with the normal livery and the all black livery, and then they've got a base like normal Qantas livery as well. And they're also currently working on trying to get Vietnam Airlines, Xiamen Airlines and Shanghai Airlines within that region list as well. For the Americas, they've got WestJet, the old style Air Canada livery, the new style Air Canada livery, Aero Mexico and Air Canada FTF so far. Middle East and Africa, Etihad, Saudi Airlines, Egypt Air, Qatar Airways, and they're working on an Ethiopian Airlines livery for you there, Brewhits. You'll be excited for that one. And then they've got a big old list of other partners as well to try and get assigned. So that they're trying to create LATAM. Tapsy's already painted one of those, by the way. He's making our Osprey Airways livery. It looks great. Air India, Hawaiian Airlines, Gulf Air, Neos, Eva, Avianca, Biman, Bamboo, Oman Air, Scoot, we've already mentioned, that's already working, so that's, this is an out-of-date list. Qantas Dots, Riyadh Air, United Airlines and American Airlines as well. So loads, absolutely feature-packed list of awesome global operators. Very exciting. It's huge, isn't it? Are there any that I've mentioned to Horizon Simulations that aren't coming in that package that I might have mentioned incorrectly, or are there ones that I haven't mentioned that are? I'm interested to know. And if I miss anything as well, feel free to whack that into the live chat if I do miss anything. Mike says, can he request the Qantas Yam Dreaming Yam livery as well? He says there. I'm sure someone will paint it on release if it doesn't come out initially anyway. Same with Hawaiian and all the others as well. Does it have good contrails, Major Aviator says? Absolutely. Let me just go back round and show you guys that. Now we're on cruise. This is what the aeroplane looks like settled in at cruise wings level. Look at those strobe lights. Aeronautics fanboy, welcome. A comparison between this and the Quality Wings 787-9 would be awesome. Well, that's in a different sim entirely, isn't it? There's the contrails. What do you think? Roy says, I missed the nice livery of Air Premier from Korea. He's literally like an all-in-one package for him, yeah. Chen Hao is saying, asking there in the live chat, hi Horizon, will you deliver all of those liveries with the plane itself, or can we choose from what to download? And zip as well, Roy, yeah, good point. I'm sure those will be painted pretty quick. Morning Ashton, hope you're okay, buddy. Johan says, we surely need anything else than Airbus lately. There are so many aircraft right now that are all Airbus. I agree. Most aircraft being released at the minute are just all Airbus aircraft. I don't know why. David there, one of the Horizon Sim developers, hello to you. Thanks for all your work as well, saying liveries will be in a package. So will they go onto the Horizon Sim, no, the Headwind Simulations installer as a separate package to install then? If that, with that in mind, David, is that how that's going to end up working out? Nice, there we go. Matthew says, impressive airplane, good work devs. I agree. Oh look, we've got a recommended step climb there, automatically calculated. Step to 420 and 442 nautical miles. My goodness. That's really neat. I didn't put that in there. It's just recommending it. I'll probably stay at 380. We're at Mach decimal 82 as well, zipping along in the cruise. And there is a weather radar that works as well, folks, with this. Though it's the MSFS style where it picks up the kind of physical rain in the atmosphere, I think, from memory, isn't it? Something like that anyway. I think your Emperor, my LOD is set to 200, but I've got an RTX 4090, so I've got a real powerful PC, and I'm running the sim on 4K. 4K 60 frames per second capped. I'm putting the stream out as well, actually. If you're new to the channel, I'm pushing the stream out, if your internet speeds are good enough, in 2K 60 frames per second as well. You guys want a real big pop of clarity and quality there. Captain Brice says the 787 is the best pound-per-pound long-haul aircraft on the market. Bit of a long one, Major Aviator, that. I won't commit to that. Benoit, hello to you as well. What's your next question about PC specs then? I thought we'd answered them all. I thought you had ordered one already. Roy says looks really great. I hope they'll release this bird this weekend. May potentially be together with the PMDG FB release, haha. Who knows? The PMDG Universal Flight Tablet will come out whenever it's ready. The thing with those guys, the thing with those folks at PMDG is they're not going to release something until they're happy with it, and that saves having to then patch things that aren't working or rush to fix other little things and tweak bits once it's already gone out to the public. Better off just doing it in private. So I haven't at any point in the last year and a bit gone, oh, I wish I had that EFB, because my experience generally of that aircraft package has been fantastic anyway. But it's nice to know that it's coming. That little sneak preview that PMDG gave us of that flight tablet the other day on their forums looks really good. Look at that reflection of the wing as well. Stunning. PBR texturing, Roy, is really good. Really nice. And the beauty is you can fly, certainly with TUI, you can fly loads of short haul routes as well. Certainly in the summer season they will fly these aircraft and the Dash 8 to Kos, to Dalaman, Antalya, Palma de Mallorca, where we've departed from today, down to sort of Tenerife, Lanzarote, the Canary Islands as well. And you can just punch into Google TUI 787-9 routes, short haul routes, or for TUI 787-9 or whatever else, and it will give you a list. You can find various websites that will give you lists of all the new summer season routes and things. So it gives you a huge, vast realm of options for short haul, medium haul, and long haul as well. This can fly for like 16 hours straight if it wanted to, with the correct load and balance, the right weight balance, and all the rest of it. Nobody knows what Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 will work on, Benoit. I said that on the last stream as well, but they have said that MSFS 2024 will work the same way as MSFS 2020. They want to match the performance of it, but we won't know until the sim arrives. Zach, hello buddy, thank you very much. Awesome stream, mate. Does the 787-9 have SimBrief integration? It sure does. FS Insight, correct. In order to get the 787-9, when Horizon Simulations release this aircraft, which will be freeware, you have to have MSFS Premium Deluxe Edition. And you have to have installed the 787-10 as well. If you don't have Premium Deluxe, you can go to the Microsoft Store and you can look to upgrade, or if you're on Steam, you can look to upgrade to Premium Deluxe to get the 787-10. But it's one of those things that you kind of have to judge the value of it, whether or not you would want to pay for it. What it would give you though now, for about 50 quid, is the 787-10, which is actually really good, the 787-8 Kuro 787, which is freeware, and this, the Horizon Simulation 787-9. So you would then be in with the opportunity to fly 3 different aircraft within that upgrade that you've paid for. So whether or not you would think it's worth paying 50 quid to upgrade the Premium Deluxe in order to be able to fly these aircraft, that's an individual decision that you guys will all have to make yourselves. You've also then got the Cessna Longitude and a few other aircraft included. But I suppose it's a question that I can put out to all of you watching, to be fair. If you haven't got Premium Deluxe, or even if you've got Microsoft Premium Deluxe Edition, hypothetically speaking, if you didn't, would you now consider paying for the upgrade knowing what you can get within the sim? Or would you rather say, you know what, I'll wait for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024? Absolutely stunning there. Is that the Pyrenees? Beautiful. A little bit of a dash cam view. A lot of people still saying there that they wouldn't upgrade, they wouldn't pay to upgrade, except for Badger saying yes he would. Zach says he's currently operating Tomjet 156 on VATSIM Manchester to Punta Cana. Nice. Your Emperor is also saying Premium Deluxe is actually worth the cost now, and Flight Force is on the fence about upgrading. David is saying there, right now it's more of a question of whether he goes to Premium Deluxe for this, or whether he waits for the PMDG 777. Ooh. If that was the option, that or the one or the other, I would wait for the PMDG 777, I think. Zach says he would upgrade, to be honest, as well. Power Sork saying the price of the upgrade is too high compared to if you'd bought it new with the base game. I would wait for 2024, yeah. It is a steep upgrade price, isn't it? That's the only problem. Ted, hello. No, it's not. It's a preview stream. No release date yet, buddy. And yeah, Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 is only around the corner, isn't it? I agree, Matthew. That was one of the reasons why I purchased Premium Deluxe back then as well, because of the 787-10 and London Heathrow scenery as well. London Heathrow scenery was rubbish, and the 787 was rubbish as well. So I kind of felt like for almost 2 years, as did a lot of people in the sim community, that Premium Deluxe was a waste of money. Especially now you've got the Inibuilds JFK and the London Heathrow scenery. You don't need Premium Deluxe for anything really, except now the fact that the 787 is really good, really good. And it's now given us this wonderful freeware expansion pack of the Kuro 787 and the Horizon 787-9. Sinatra says, could you do a video on how to install FT-Sim sound packs? It depends on which aircraft and what you've got, to be fair. If it's to install them in this aeroplane, it's actually a really easy process. You just get, and if you've got the Kuro 787, you just go to the sound files of those, you copy them, and you paste them into the relevant sound folders of this 787-9, whether it be General Electric or Rolls-Royce. But again, I would really recommend, when this does get released, just, if you're going to install custom sound packs, only do it for the Rolls-Royce, because the General Electric has got their own custom sounds put into it already, as we've heard today so far, through engine start, taxi, the spool up and the takeoff and the climb, all the rest of it. The sounds are really good. So I wouldn't put a custom sound pack in place of it if you're using the General Electric aircraft, but I would update the Rolls-Royce one. Andrew Shackford, welcome aboard, buddy. Great to have you flying along today. Dougal McTavish, hello buddy. How are you? Hope you're well. It's been a little while. Hope you're keeping well. Roy, I'm using DirectX 12 still. Ever since getting the 4090 actually, I've gone from DirectX 11 to DirectX 12. Tutar says this summer he flew on a KLM 787-9 Amsterdam to JFK. Time went really quick, couldn't get bored. Brewhit says, hey man, what can we use to have safety video sounds and all that in Microsoft Flight Simulator? You need to go to lukeairtool.net. I'll type it in the live chat for you folks, so you can make a memory of it or screenshot it or something for later on. You go to lukeairtool.net and you can download their package. It's got loads of different cabin announcements for various airlines, and you can also set your own custom packs up too. Matthew saying Horizon Simulations, does the FT Sim packs comes as part of it? No, it doesn't. It's a separate thing entirely. And as Horizon Simulations is saying there, they can't include it with the mod because it's a payware package they don't have the rights to. If that makes sense. Harry, welcome buddy. Thank you very much. Great to have you on board with us. Thanks for your support, Bronze Fever Flyer. Gamer Clark, well I only use Luke Airtool for cabin announcements. I don't use it for anything else, if that helps, if that makes sense. Ron, thank you buddy. Welcome on board, great to have you with us as well. Another channel member, welcome, welcome. Thanks for signing up, really appreciate that. If you are new as channel members folks, be sure to head over to our Discord server. The link's in the live chat now in fact. And if you connect your YouTube account to your Discord user account, it will get you access into our special club lounge, our little members only section in there. Udavir, welcome. You can't download the Horizon Sim 787-9 just yet because it's not out yet. This is a preview, pre-release live stream, special preview if you like. Yeah, as Tutar saying, this is so hyped. Lots of people excited for this release. And it's freeware. Michael, welcome buddy. Thank you for all of your support over the last 7 months as well. Been with us for over 6 months now as a silver frequent flyer. Massive thank you for your support there. Bakers, it's fantastic, really good. How's our Captain Woofer going in's asking. He's doing well. He's not at home at the moment though, bless him. He's staying around at my vast parents while we're working. I'm on nights tonight. So after today's live stream I'll be zipping off straight to work pretty quickly actually. Look at this for a view folks. Oh. Look at that wing flex from the back. Dougal says hopefully there'll be a donation link at Horizon's website for this, as that has to be worth a coffee, right? I'm not sure if they do have anything like that, to be honest. Have a little look on their Discord server. They might have information about it there. Look at the strobe lights at the back as well. That good old, you know, the Boeing 787 with a single strobe light flash on the rear. Oops. Straight into the exhaust. Let's have a look at Volanta, shall we? As Zato's reminded me. Canadian Fly, good morning, buddy. How are you? Hope you're well. Oh, there you go. So inside the Horizon Simulations Discord server, there is a donate link if you want to support their project for a little donation to say thanks for their freeware work. Google, their Discord link is pinned in the live chat. It's been pinned since the start of the stream, buddy. So you should be able to see like a pinned comment hovering in the live chat somewhere. If you click that and expand it, there'll be a link to Discord there. But this is kind of like the perfect 787, isn't it? The Dash 10 is really lanky, it's very long, and the 787-8 is a really good all-rounder twin aisle. This kind of sits in the middle because it can do like those stretched ultra long hauls, but it can also still operate on these shorter hops around Europe and into and out of the Caribbean and all the rest of it. So the 787-8, in fact, and the Dash 9 are both like perfect twin aisle airliners in flight sim. And as somebody said earlier on, what's good is the fact that it's completed the 787 lineup. Let's see if we've got an ATIS information for Manchester. Oh, we do. So transition level 70, this is for our destination. Surface winds currently 070 degrees at 9 knots, visibility's only 8 kilometers in light rain. Broken cloud 2,100 feet, temperatures plus 12, dew point plus 11, QNH 9er 78 hectopascals. My goodness, that's such low pressure. And recent rain. Arrival runway 05 right. Okay, so 05 right. Now this is an interesting one. So those of you getting into flight sim or you're not quite certain how QNH works and going to standard pressure, transition levels, all that kind of thing. In effect, you want to look at the QNH, and the QNH at Manchester currently is 978 hectopascals, or HPA. Our standard pressure, when we go through the transition altitude in the climb, we go to standard pressure, is 1013, or in America it's 2992 inches of mercury. So you've got to convert between the two depending on which one you use. But one of the biggest rules, certainly in a case like this, that you have to be very, very wary of is high to low, down you go. I talk about it all the time whenever we get a situation or a scenario like this, but loads of you are watching, you might not know, or you might be curious to know what happens. So as we descend later on down into Manchester, into Storm Babu, or Babu, whatever it's called, which is battering the north of the UK at the moment with rain, strong winds, pretty nasty conditions, certainly in Scotland as well. Scotland's been battered by this storm. Manchester's had a bit of a kick in this morning before the stream, but with it, it's brought a huge area of low pressure. So as we descend down into that, we will be on QNH 1013 until a transition level of flight level 70. When we get towards flight level 70, we're going to change to local pressure. So we're going to go from QNH 1013 to a QNH of only 978, and that's a massive difference in air pressure. And with that, we're probably going to lose around 1,500 feet on our primary flight display here. So if we were to do that now, for example, we would go from 3,800 feet to an actual altitude with the local pressure at Manchester of only 36,500 feet. Similarly at 7,000, later on, when we go to the local pressure, we'll be on standard pressure, flight level 70, 1013 for the QNH. When we hit that button to go to local pressure, that will instantly change from flight level 70 or 7,000 as it will be displayed here with STD. At the click of a button, we'll actually be flying at potentially only 5,500 feet. So high to low, down you go. You'll end up actually a lot lower than you realise you are. And that then brings into consideration things like terrain avoidance as well. And you might actually be lower than you realise on the profile too because of it. So if we then fast forward all the way, might as well keep talking about it because it's quite interesting and it's fairly technical. We'll be making our way in through Elbus onto this arrival via Dane, and then flying onto 05 right, so let's just change that. ILS 05 right, and we'll do transition to final with vectors. So from Dane, vectoring south, and then working onto the ILS. The ILS is at 3,000 feet, and you can see all around this bit, there's lots of terrain here. So at Dane, flight level 80, we're going to vector southbound and then continue the descent down to 3,000 feet. Actually, we'll think we're really high, but we're not. We're actually only about 6,500 feet or so because of the local pressure at Manchester being so low. And that can potentially be a little bit dangerous. And you can see in this sector here, the minimum safe altitude is 2,400 feet. We've got to think about all of that kind of stuff. Have this 4D outlook of the environment ahead of us, all the way around us, and 5-10 minutes later on, as we're flying these aeroplanes in the sim, as the pilots do in real life as well, actually, and that's even harder. But as Matthew's saying there, Christ, that's low pressure. You guys going through a hurricane or something, not far off. Some areas of the UK with this storm have had a month's worth of rain in like half a day. If we go up here, you can see that in action there. So Manchester is in here somewhere. There it is. Right in the middle of all of that. Let's put the screenshots in from today. And while we're on Volanta, we'll have a little look at our fellow pilots flying along in that conga line. Where are we? So Badger up front in the 747-8, Virgin 919. We've got Captain Nippy, Chanex 8 Whiskey Juliet. It's similar routing, but actually he's gone Ibiza to Birmingham, so he's not flying our route today. We've got Gamer Clark, Osprey 25 Charlie in the 737-900. No screen grabs though. Zato in Air Europa 4104 in the 787-8. Kuro. Another fantastic freeware package from Kuro. Bar Horizon Simulations as well, in fact. Beautiful screenshots, that's fantastic. We've got, what else? We've got Iberia 3921 747 flying offline by the looks of it. Ourselves, and then behind us we've got Turbo Stig Osprey 2472. He's in the Osprey Airways Kuro 787-8. Oops. The livery looks fantastic on the Dreamliner, doesn't it? Look at that. Wonderful screenshots. Awesome. Palma looks great. Who else have we got? Split Notion, Flight Sim Gamer, oops, Osprey 932 there. One screenshot. That's me doing some mad stuff with the pushback there with GSX. Split Notion took a screenshot, I think, didn't he, of our... Oh, there we go. That's GSX doing its thing. My goodness. Osprey 442 in the A320 Neo. What do we got here? I can't see any. Oh no, yeah, we saw that split notion actually. It's VATSIM and a Valanta thing tracking there. We've got Ollie Pilots, Easy 58 Uniform Quebec. No screenshots. Flying back here. My god, there's loads flying along today. Fantastic. And that's all of us. That's the back of the pack. Fair bit of weather around central South France. And yeah, we're heading into that. I wonder if we can see that a little bit more on the Navigraph charts. We'll have a little look in a moment, a little nosy. Michael, hello buddy, says thank you for your stream, even though you're working night shift after. Beautiful aircraft. Is there anybody you know of working on a flow add-on where you can see active ATC VATSIM, active VATSIM ATC frequencies in virtual reality? No, to be honest, Michael. But have a look at the, was it VATSIM radio? We used it a little while ago. I don't know if you remember that. It might be worth having a little look at that, because that works within the sim, so that would be good for virtual reality. Horizon Simulations there saying, and of course this is only version 1.0 of the Horizon Simulation 787-9. They've got a huge roadmap for everything that they do, and hopefully they can make all of them happen. Very exciting times ahead, that's for sure. Matthew saying the Dash 10 is an odd aircraft. It's got a lower maximum takeoff weight than the Dash 9. It's really just a high capacity yet lower range version of the jet. Yeah, it's a bit of an odd one, isn't it? Haven't tried AccuSeason, Andrew. Not sure, buddy, to be honest. Ted saying this is a seriously good bit of freeware. Sure is. Horizon Simulations responding earlier on to that comment there, saying thank you very much. We're glad that people like our work so far. We can't wait to have this thing in the hands of the entire community, I bet. I suppose it's a bit of a nervous time, isn't it, for you guys? You've spent over a year or so working on this, and then now you're potentially about to hand the keys out to everybody over the next couple of weeks to give it a go. So I suppose it's a little bit of a nervous time for you, but a really super exciting time as well. All the same. Harry's cool, welcome to you as well. Hello, hello. Andy pointing out a good point there actually. If you're flying on 2-3 right and you've got a pressure like this that we're flying into Manchester that's so low, you've got all of the large hills to avoid for Manchester. You'd have to in fact vector well away from those. When you change to local pressure you might end up the same altitude as those hills. Clow, hello to you, just tuning in. Welcome. Good afternoon. I wanted to ask, what is planned for the 787-9? Will it be study level normal ops, or will it have its own flight profile? It's got its own profile, and it works just like the 787-10 in the sim and the 787-9. Really, really good bit of kit. Dougal's missing the worst of it in southwest UK. Fly-by-wire sim pilot saying he's only 9 miles from Manchester. The weather is shocking with high winds. Good luck. Get your sick bags ready. It's going to be bad, isn't it? Matthew saying in the chat also, my explanation earlier of that pressure and its effect on how we operate the aircraft is why British AvGig is, in my honest opinion, the best non-ATP rated pilot in the YouTube flight sim community. That's really, really, that's really, really kind of you to say that. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Matthew, if ever I get anything wrong, Matthew and some of the other guys in the live chat that are the real pilots that watch the channel, our channel members and things, they will correct me or help me learn something that I don't otherwise know. So a lot of my knowledge has come from people like Matthew taking the time to share that. So it's really kind of you to say that. He's saying they'd easily feel comfortable sharing the broom closet with him on a 4-day. That was very kind. I love the confidence. Similero, welcome. Durkamboy, welcome to you. Thanks for subscribing as well. Simil saying good morning to you, flying SDF to Ontario with the MD-11, but I can't open public the live because I'm home office now. Eagle MK, thanks for subscribing. Welcome on board, buddy. On Volanta, look a little left of island. There's Osprey 459. Mikkel's saying there. Let me have a little look. We're making such good progress across Europe. It's insane. Oh, there he is, Mikkel. Osprey 459. Oh, Halifax to Copenhagen. Osprey. Oh, look at this. Oh, he's flying the Dash 10 as well. Fantastic. By the way, those of you who are pilots with Osprey Airways, our virtual airline of the channel here, I've added the Horizon Simulations 787-9 to the fleet, and Robson, the developer, as we saw earlier on at the start of today's live stream, if you've missed it, they're fantastic screenshots. He has added it to New Sky Ready as well, so you guys will be able to enjoy that via New Sky on day one of release at some point in the future, whenever it does get released. Harry is cool, saying Horizon Simulations always create great aircraft. Keep up the good work. Kin's hoping for a Hawaiian livery. And Ben Bois, they do, yes, correct. They do work together, buddy, yeah. Zero's got 38 knots gusting here in Copenhagen. Sneezy is rampaging at Palma de Mallorca. Always work on this aircraft in real life. It's very impressive in person, it sure is. Horizon Simulations clarifying to Ben Bois' question there about the collaboration between Headwind and Horizon. We've got our own products, but we do collaborate closer with Headwind than we did before, and that's only going to get closer and closer. It's a really good relationship you guys seem to have, actually, and it's massively beneficial to the community. Ted says on the ground he reckons it's going to be an auto land. Can this do an auto land, Horizon Simulations, actually? Curious. Juneo Airlines livery Tutar, yeah, I think I mentioned that earlier on, it's going to be included. And Michael pointing out, as we saw the other day with the A321neo, in fact, that Latin VFR A321neo with the Horizon Simulations mods, their mods of the 321neo, 318 and 19 are fantastic. Mikkel's first long haul, congratulations. 707 liner flew his 4th proper VATSIM flight yesterday. Unable to fly along today, so flew the route yesterday on VATSIM. Really enjoyed it, so hopefully we'll join you on the next one. Nice work. Good to hear you're getting more confident on VATSIM as well. Let's have a look at VATSIM, Navigraph's charts. And I'm going to see, because it does have a weather overlay, doesn't it? Let's load up the weather and see how rubbish this is. What have we got here? So, some turbulence. A lot of icing to the east of Manchester. Warnings of that. In fact, we'll be going through some of that look as we arrive on that descent through on the Elvos 1 mic. We've got to be careful of that. The severity of that is light. A small pocket of moderate icing there. Wind barbs, here we go. What have we got here? Does it show us? Well, it's got a few wind barbs. It's not really useful to us. At flight level 220. And these are the significant weather reports. That's Storm Babbitt. It's a really nasty bit of weather up here around Glasgow, and then moderately poor, I suppose you could call it, weather down to Manchester there, and then pockets of it over Heathrow as well, in fact. And that's the weather radar. Different kind of outlook to how it was displayed on Volanta, but very similar information there, offering you lots of info, actually showing you rain and icing. So if we zoom in on Manchester, this amber section here, the yellow is pretty moderate rain, quite significant rain to be fair, it's quite moderate. Patches of lighter rain, and then you've got also pockets of very moderate heavy rain in the vicinity of the airport. So it's going to be a really interesting approach. It's certainly a tricky one. If you look on the left, if you look on the left-hand side where you can see the destination EGCC, it says VFR conditions, interestingly enough. and it says a 2-knot crosswind and a 13-knot headwind. That's currently the METAR. It's a 1250Z, 060 degrees at 13 knots, all the 9s in light rain, few cloud 2000, towering cumulus, scattered cloud 2,900 feet, broken 4,400, temperatures 12, dew points 10, small 2 degree spread there, QNH 978. And the terminal aerodrome forecast between 12 and 18Z, 12Z today to 18Z tomorrow, mean winds of 070 at 15 gusting 25, and then between 12Z today and 4Z tomorrow morning, 6,000 meters in heavy rain, or rain, but also there's a 30% probability of that becoming heavy rain in 3,000 meters with 600 foot broken cloud. And 30% probability of mean winds of 080 degrees at 20 knots, gusting 35 knots, becoming 050 at 10. 7,000 meters visibility and rain, showers and rain, light rain and drizzle, so on and so forth. So the weather going forwards is really quite poor, and that's that ATIS that we pulled up earlier on another screen. Canadian Flyer says apparently today Flight Sim Studios is making an announcement. They've been quiet for a long time. Very exciting. Mac Andy 0 Mac decimal 82. And yeah, 707 Linus, and it's very, very low QNH, isn't it? In fact, we're not too far away. Look, 320 or so miles to Hemel. So with that in mind, I think we can think about the arrival. Make sure we can get this put in. So we're going to go ILS 05 right as per the ATIS information, no transition, LVOS 1 mic. We'll select those, we'll execute the changes, and then we're going to revert to the legs page to have a little look on the data. So from LVOS, let's compare the two. Liz Joss, welcome buddy. LVOS 1 mic. LVOS at flight level 200. You can see that reflected in the MCDU or the FMS there. Just listen to the engine spool down a little bit there. Trent, it reckons will be about 12, flight level 120 at Trent, and about 265 knots. At Kushi there's a maximum speed of 250, and it says we'll be about 10,000 feet there. And then at Dane, max 230 knots, 8,000 feet, and then there's a discontinuity. Now, that is correct that that is there. So sometimes we'll get a discontinuity and we'll look at all the charts, and it's all, everything's connected, everything's linked in the charts nicely, and we think, well, why the hell is that there? Sometimes we can delete it, sometimes it's there for a purpose, and the purpose being situations like this, airports at Manchester. In real life, the aircraft fly in, for example on the L, there is a gap between this and the approach path. There's a gap between this and the approach path, which means that that is what the discontinuity is for. So we're going to have to vector ourselves from Dane to the start of the ILS, because Dane's over here somewhere and they don't connect up. So that's what that discontinuity is for. So I'm going to leave that there. Michael's got a question as well about transition levels. So in Europe, do ATC offer a higher transition level when defending? Does this depend on traffic density? What do you mean, defending? It'll be situations like with a low QNH, you'll have if it's a high QNH, for example, the transition level might clash with the transition altitude, so you'll end up, instead of it being flight level 70 for the transition altitude, it might be flight level 80 to make sure there's still a separation of, I think, 500 or 1,000 feet between the transition altitude and the transition level. I forget which one it is. Descending. But yeah, the transition level will always be a little bit higher than the transition altitude. So in fact, the transition altitude at Manchester for departures is 5,000 feet. The transition level for arrivals is flight level 70. And that's because the pressure is so low, the transition level needs to be a lot higher to make sure that we are separate by enough of a buffer zone from the transition altitude, if that makes sense. But it'll make more sense when we actually do it on the arrivals. So remind me, if I forget to kind of explain it as we're doing it and as it's happening, just remind me, and hopefully then we can see it proper. Navrad page on the charts, let's bring them up once again. Oh, that's an interesting one actually. Can we do auto land on 05 right? I don't think it's equipped, is it? I'm sure it'll be fine. If not, I'll just hand fly the ILS and I'll stare at the diamonds. We'll see how we'll see what happens. Okay, so ILS is treble 1.55. We can see that in the FMS screen there as well, 111.55, and the course 052. So that's all correct. If we wanted to, it's auto-tuning the VORs as we fly along, but we could manually set the Manchester VOR to one of those if we wanted to, like 11355. So 11355, this is optional, you don't have to. And if we want to specify a specific VOR, we can actually type in MCT, I think, as well from memory. But we'll see that tune in a bit closer. It's more the specific type of ILS approach, Johan, that I'm querying. The aircraft can do it. And we can clear, I don't know if we can clear that one. No, can't be deleted because it still needs a figure in there. We'll just leave that. The ADF won't tune into anything at that point anyway. We'll go to VNav, click next page. We can see the econ speeds through the descent, and we can look at the forecast tab. Transition level was 70, wasn't it? So if I always forget the format, dipping between Airbus and Boeing, so I think it's 7,000. There we go, flight level 070. Crikey, that metal's shocking, Mikkel. Okay, so we'll get rid of the charts and I'll bring up New Sky because that'll allow me to show you guys the wind data in our OFP from SimBrief. So we zip all the way down, we can pick. Lots of people have got different opinions about which bits to pick here. You can pick one for the top of descent and then some of these here for the descent winds. So I'll create a selection of them through the descent phase. I'll go for flight level 310. We'll add that in and it's 106 at 27. And this is going to help the VNav work out where our top of descent should be based on the winds around the airfield. Flight level 150. 125 at 10. And flight level 100. 142 at 8. Which seems very calm, doesn't it, actually, based on the storms all around the area. Cythera, hello buddy. The aircraft's lovely, really good. Okay, that's as good as we can prep for that. And if we want to with SimBrief, we can click that button there and it'll pull in the correct bit of data from the SimBrief flight plan anyway. But sometimes it's nice to actually do it yourself. I like to do it myself anyway. Fix, runway 05, right. How's it written in here? RW05 right. Standard, yeah, brilliant. So for that, I'm going to use MCT because we get figures for the distance from the MCT here as well, so I can kind of convert those to the correct numbers in the fixed ring. So I'll go MCT VOR DME 11355 is correct, so we'll select that one, and we want distance. So 4 miles on approach from the threshold is actually 6.3 from Manchester, so I'll do /6, and 8 miles is 11 miles from the Manchester VOR. So I'll select those, there we go. 2 little fixed rings that we've put into the flight plan. Further down we can see them there. Top of descent after Buzzard right there actually. We've passed that step climb that was advised. We're not using it. Let's get rid of the charts. Massimo, no worries buddy, have a good day. Thanks for tuning in. Michael says, "Is this if the transition levels, are they given to you by ATC?" So if you're flying on VATSIM and you've got air traffic control online, you will find that they will have generated an ATIS information. So you can double click that on vPilot, and then if you read that, it will tell you what the transition level is there. So in this case for Manchester, transition level flight level 70. So that's what that's about. We can put the QNH 978 in as well actually here. So 9, we're updating this field down here. Such low pressure. So that's set ready. This cloud's coming up to meet us as well, isn't it? Matthew saying transition level will change in most of the world when the pressure is as low as it is at Manchester. So in the US, while it doesn't change from flight level 180, some lower flight levels will just not exist, like flight level 180, 190 and 200 on a day like today, if they had a pressure as low as Manchester. Random says, can't you load the winds in the 787? Yes, we just kind of had a little look at that in a moment, didn't we? And route data is the same thing. We can do the same to this if we want to. Look, we got a rejection probably because we're halfway through everything anyway. So vectors the missed approach. So you can if you want to. The transition level Ace Airstream would, yes. It wouldn't be 3000 because actually you'd probably be at 1500 feet at that point when you change it to the local pressure if it's that low. So you might find the transition level at Amsterdam Schiphol would be like flight level 50 or flight level 60 to create that buffer zone. And Michael's asking about the general rule about transition altitudes and levels. So if you're on VATSIM and you're descending into an airport and you're trying to work out what the transition level would be, if in doubt, add 1000. If you've got really low pressure like today, add 2000, and then you can't go wrong. Aviation simulation? No, I didn't. My goodness, in real life. Bloody hell. El Diablito, hello to you. Are the textures in the cockpit different to the stock 787-10? They've tweaked some of them, I think. There is an optional texture enhancement pack, if that makes sense. So when it does get released, you'll be able to download additional textures which will make it even nicer. I haven't installed them today, but what I am hoping to do is maybe stream this aircraft again on Sunday and show you guys the updated textures as well as a kind of a double whammy. So we show a couple of different features across 2 different live streams. You might see other content creators showing that off later today as well. I know Chewy is going to do a live stream at some point soon, maybe this evening or over the weekend, I'm not sure which. X-Plane 72 and all the other guys as well, I think they're all looking at, or XP 72, they're all looking at flying later on. Captain Canada as well, he's going to be live later tonight, if not on the weekend, with the 787-9. Lots of variety from many content creators across YouTube, Twitch, all the rest of it. Gabrielle says almost full ATC in Manchester right now. Very exciting. David saying it looks busy, 14 departures. Chewy's at 4. Brilliant, Cythera, thank you for that. There you go. So after today's live stream, you'll be able to head over to Twitch if you've got it and tune into Chewy. He's going to be flying a really beautiful China Southern flight in that beautiful livery that they've got. Michael says he's flying across the pond next week, looking forward to it. I've actually managed to get time off work across the pond, but I've missed the lottery, so I don't have a slot yet, which doesn't sound promising. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I might not be able to fly across the pond after all, even with annual leave, which is a bit of a shame. Is there an option to remove the SATCOM, Maxim's asking? Yep. So a couple of options inside the settings of the FMS here. You can change the crosshairs of the primary flight display, or the flight director, between that and then the kind of the V bar, and you can toggle the SATCOM on and off as well. So you go to index, settings, and in here you can turn the SATCOM on and off via that button there, and you can change the PFD symbol from the cross primary flight, the flight director, to the V bar, which we had actually set at the very beginning of the flight today. While we're on this tab, if you want to look at SimBrief integration and you missed earlier on us configuring the airplane, you go in this settings tab, go to next page, and then you can add your username for SimBrief or your user ID for SimBrief into either of those fields. When you submit it into one of those, it will then verify, and then if it's correct, it will then go active and green to link it in. Once you've done that, you can go to the weight and balance tab, and with your route that you've generated on SimBrief, you can press set from OFP, and it will load all of your passengers, your fuel, get your payload and everything set nicely for you at the click of a button. And then inside your route tab, you can request your route, click that button there, it will load it first, or download it, and then it will give you the option to load your route. Once you click load, it will then feed it all in for you. Really easy. You can do automated holds as well, like the other 787s in the sim and all the rest of it. Mikhail says, I have a ticket, but I can't fly. Is it possible to transfer? I'm not sure, buddy, to be honest. Yeah, I really don't know. That's something we would have to ask the VATSIM staff on the Cross the Pond Discord server, I think, maybe. Daniel, can't download it now. Best thing to do is click the link that I've pinned in the live chat. It will take you to the Horizon Simulations Discord server, and you'll be able to follow all of the progress there prior to release. Horizon Simulations saying there, for Haz, is long haul actually fun to fly? I can't imagine sitting in a chair for 8 hours, or to leave the flight flying whilst doing other tasks, worrying about how the flight's going. It depends what you're doing. Cross the Pond is really fun because it's so busy. So busy. Horizon Simulations did Tokyo, Haneda to Heathrow the other day. 14 hours 33. He went to sleep for 8 of it. You're fine. Just the weight and balance page will, I think. Baker says, if you want, you can come to Casablanca, join Cross the Pond. It depends on what slots I've got, to be honest. Michael's going to be flying Osprey. Love it. Mike's done 17 hours, Qantas 9 on VATSIM. Did it in a convoy of 2. Took shifts with one of us sleeping. Aircraft on autopilot and the other keeping an ear out for any ATC. That's dedication right there. Ben Boas says, is the Osprey livery your own? Yeah, we painted. Well, I painted the design myself very roughly as a sketch, and then I sent it to livery creators to put it into the aeroplanes. Scott says apparently Ian has already set his go-around profile to route overall traffic with the aircraft waste valve open. I'm sure they'll be pleased. Let's see how we're doing. Oh, look at that. North of France, Jersey on the left. English Channel coming up. And we got London Control online. And not too far from the pea soup ahead of us. So I have absolutely no idea what to expect there, except for icing, turbulence and really bad weather and probably a lot of rain. Yeah, we've all made some really good progress here. And it's the first time flying into Manchester for quite some time too. Macro Simulations Manchester hasn't had an update for quite some time, but he is rebuilding the entire airport from new for a complete version 2 refresh, which is quite exciting too. So there usually flies long haul on X-Plane because the A340-600 and the 747-200. Let's tune to the local frequencies then, because we've got London Centre 127-105. Badger says, Jesus, this is a storm. He's ahead of us. He's flying through it now. 707's Liner says, as a Man U supporter, from what he's heard, the wind would blow all the way back to Anfield. Oh dear. 127-105. Pop that into the standby box, ready. No idea when it's going to be released, Wasp. Welcome to you though, hope you're enjoying the stream so far, and the rest of what's to come. If you're new to the channel folks, and you're just tuning in, it's great to have you all on board. Please do consider hitting that shiny red subscribe button below, and if you haven't already, give us a little thumbs up as well. It helps push these streams out to other people that might be searching for similar content on YouTube, and then they'll be able to actually find and discover aircraft add-ons like the Horizon Simulations 787. Crikey, look at that view down there. Stunning. Yeah, the Aviator and Captain Canada and Chewy as well. Lots of content creators going live through today into tomorrow. So plenty of content to look forward to from loads of people. Look at that. Looks like the Microsoft servers are having a wobble. Ducky, welcome aboard, thanks for subscribing. Oh, off they go again. Now this will be annoying because it might mean that we end up with photogrammetry switched off. Very odd. We'll see if it comes back on again. Before we get to UK airspace, I might quickly go to the menu and turn it all back on again, potentially. Has one of their servers just gone down then? Hasn't reconnected me yet, has it? little tailwind pushing us back towards the UK now. In fact, we can see the coast already, actually. Speed Lime says he flew out of Manchester to Crete this morning. Was wet, windy, had icing on the climb out, cloud cover all the way to 25,000 feet. Ooh. Selar saying we got some juicy aircraft on the way. 787-9. The Kuro 787-8 obviously is already out. Just needs an update. The 747-8 from Horizon Simulations as well. Loads of aeroplanes. What custom EFB menus are there, as software says? They've got performance calculator and a doors menu. Oh, it's London Centre. Right. Let me quickly do a quick check of data. Because we're over the water, so this should be safe, this should be fine. And I've just been pinged. So I'm about to enter his airspace. I just about get away with this. One time only. Back in. We want data and weather, don't we? Come on. Storm Babbitt. Okay, let's have a wee chat to London. 127105.
Osprey 25 Charlie for traffic opposite direction, descent follow 340.
Yeah, Osprey.
340, Osprey 25 Charlie.
Iberia 3921,
Info
descent
November.
follow 340.
Descent level 340, Iberia 3921.
Could you imagine, right? Under control, hello, Tomjet 4, Lima November Heavy, flight level 380, passing Garmy.
Tomjet 4, Lima November, hello to Elvos 1 Mike, arrival, route direct Hemel.
Hello, Elvis 1 Mike, direct Hemel, Tomjet 4, Lima November. So, direct 2. In this, we select Hemel, pop it in the top, execute. In goes the shortcut.
Seven Alpha Romeo, you are clear to land runway 25.
So we know the next
20 degrees
has its EVX, Bravo Victor X-ray. Pop it in the live chat for you there. I think we stay with London Sea Centre, don't we, all the way to Manchester, is that correct? Or are we going to have to change to North Centre? We've got approach online, 118575. So I think, oops.
Check that way, it's still quite high. If you want to do another loop, you can do.
We think ahead. We think of the next frequency ahead all the way through the flight.
We'll go around again.
So we look at the next frequency and we make sure we've got it tuned in. So when we get it, we just look down, read the frequency back, make sure it's correct, and then just press transfer. Say goodbye.
Hello to you. Fly heading 340 degrees and climb level 360.
The back glasses will tell me actually, won't it?
Turn heading 340 and climb 360.
Correct.
Yeah, London North Control. 133705.
That's okay, 261, hello to you, it's a Tepra 2 Golf arrival for Gatwick. When
Back
ready,
glasses is a very good website for UK Ops.
When ready, descend level 140 and we'll check main course. Let's get this one.
Right, November, indicated.
Thank you.
So what have we got?
QNH
on
121730.
It's 978 at Manchester.
121730, November, thanks, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
So that's set.
Beeline 105, climb 2, flight level 320.
Estimated landing weight is going to be 155 tons.
501, hello, Papa 380.
Don't think we're going to burn that much up to now, so I'm going to go for one.
Hello to you, fly heading 290 degrees and climb level 350. Beeline 501, fly heading 290, climb flight level 380.
I'm just going to check VAS Airplane Toolbox as well, folks. Because I'm curious to see if there is a profile for the 787-9 in VAS Airplane Toolbox? There probably will be, because of the other simulators. Well, they've got 7. Oh no, 787-8.
Belaying 105, climb 380.
Oh well, I'll close that. Pointless to me. What do we do? Order break 2. Might be good.
90, Echo Whiskey, there's no further ATC for you to the south. It's Unicom now, 122.8, bye-bye.
We'll do flap 25, 142. Wind correction will add 10 because of the weather. So we'll add that extra safety margin. It will mean that on the touchdown, well, as we cross the threshold, we are going to be a little bit faster than we expect. So we just need to give ourselves time to scrub that speed off a little bit more. MPS Gaming saying it's such bad conditions on Manchester at the moment.
The surface wind is 030 degrees at 8 knots. After landing, be a standard choice.
Clear land 33, standard choice after okay. A little bit dizzy, but we're okay.
Cheers. Runway 97 Whiskey Romeo, descent flight level 90.
It's for 97 Mike Romeo.
Callum says hello, Flying Oceanic.
Yes,
First time, thanks for the tutorial. Hope you're enjoying the 789. Absolutely, it's fantastic. Hope you guys are all excited for it.
Osprey 25 Charlie, descent flight level 200.
The Blue says, do you normally use flight level change at top of descent in the Boeing or vertical speed?
Descent to flight level 200.
Up to you, depends on the circumstances as well. To be honest, I'd leave it in VNAV and let it just do it itself. As long as you reset the MCP to a lower altitude before you cross top of descent, you will go into VNAV quite nicely and begin the descent. Badges at
136, contact
5,000 feet, can't see anything.
705, bye-bye.
150.705, Air France 136, there you go.
202 watching, 201 likes. Massive thank you, folks. It's so good of you guys all to be watching this preview today. Massive thank you to Horizon Simulations as well. As a side note, Horizon Simulations, Robson, the developer of New Skies, wondering whether or not you might be able to kind of touch base with him so that you can make sure that all of the correct tail strike figures for New Sky are tweaked prior to release, so that it's all nice and accurate and seamless. At some point in the future, only if you get a chance or if it's something you're interested in helping with. If not, I'll try and work out the figures myself. Michael says, highly recommend the A319 with the Horizon Sim mod. I really enjoyed the A321neo the other day, that's for sure. Aiden says, when does the 789 release to public? No idea. Callum Wright wants to see the outside.
7968 London, hello, score 2043.
And these are all the custom wing views that I've set today.
Level 260.
The Horizon Simulation mods for the Latin VFR Airbus family are basically the same as the A32NX, the same standard of system depth and simulation. That helps.
London, good afternoon, EC379 November, approaching Romeo 1, runway 22, stands ready for departure.
Runway 379 November,
London,
hello, 22, you are clear takeoff, the wind is 230.
Slowed a little bit there, 15 knot tailwind.
EC379 November.
And that's the external properly for you guys with drone camera one last time before we smack into the cloud. The rain, the icing and the wind. Heading into Storm Babbitt. Is it Babbitt? Something like that, isn't it? Horrible weather anyway. Those of you using the Horizon Simulations add-ons, by the way, for Latin VFR's A318, 19 and 21 Neo, you've got a headwind installer, you can now do it all in there.
Continue on present heading, vector to the ILS, approach 22.
So it's much easier. El Diablito, so I've actually shared all of those custom camera wing views that I've just showed you guys. I've shared it with Horizon Simulations, so they might release it as like a little package within itself on release. It works like any other custom view. So for me, to save a custom view in any aeroplane, I just go across here.
Osprey 25 Charlie, no ATC speed restriction.
And then I'll just use my keybind of Control Alt and 2. That then generates a camera config file within the local cache sim objects file structure of this add-on. and then I've replaced the custom camera file with it, and then all of the custom camera views that you download from wherever will work. But it's pointless me putting the file on flightsim.to because the aircraft isn't out yet. So.
Easy. So where are you?
No release yet dates yet, GX.
I'm literally just coming up inbound to Listo.
I see you now. Hello mate, it's Listo 1 Lima for 22. When ready, descend flight level 290.
Sean, absolutely. Let's bring that weather radar back up. Whoa!
Easy 379 November, passing 3,200.
379 November, thank you. Climb now, flight level 160. Take turn right, heading 320 degrees.
Climb 160, heading 320. Easy 379 November.
Great.
Holy heck indeed.
97 Mike Romeo, descent to
So I'm listening intently for our ATC
976 hectopascal.
instructions from controller here. So it's something I've got to be wary of and listen out for.
976 hectopascals, Ryanair 97 Mike Romeo.
Easy 379 November, there's on heading 320, there's quite a big cell there, maybe deviate heading 300.
Here we go. We've got weather deviations.
Yeah, okay. 31, can you take 31?
Yeah, we'll make 31 work. 310, AC 379 November.
Roger, just advise to be clear, just got descending traffic, that's all.
For the Basha.
3,000 foot.
379 November.
Badger, still can't see anything.
Just because I've got descending traffic.
NXCK is like the 787-10 and the Kuro 787-8, but it's a 787-9.
Roger.
Which is epic.
Yankee Echo London, hello, 22, clear takeoff, the wind is 230 at 6 knots.
With a lot of kind of little bits of things that Horizon Simulations have done. The best thing to do,
Charlie, contact London Control 133.70.
but all of the feature list is head to the link that's pinned. It will take you to the Horizon Simulations Discord server. All of the announcements, the frequently asked questions, all of that are in the chat. It's now showing minimal VFR at Manchester, so visibility is reduced. Let's pull the METAR in the chat one more time before we descend.
Flight level 200, 391.
Roger.
Gonna get a warning in the minute to reset MCP.
I'm not too sure. The next control I'll be able to advise. I'm going to hand you off to Schiphol, approaching about 30 miles.
Roger, thanks.
It depends what it depends on the landing on, but it's normally from Redford you go direct to Spy. But it depends what their runway configuration is over there.
Yeah. The default
yeah, most range, Sean, absolutely. So you can do the ultra long haul stuff as well.
DC 379 November, be clear of feather.
Heathrow Perth, for example.
Thank you, make the right turn heading 340 and climb flight level 340.
Right, 340.
Oh, I haven't set minimums.
340,
Chopping it, 386. I'll set 200 on the rad out.
Tonjet 785, resume your own navigation now direct to Leicester.
Ah, too many wheels spins.
Tonjet 785, redirect Leicester on my own navigation.
Ryanair 97 Mike Romeo, descend to altitude 4,000 feet.
Descending to 4,000 feet, Ryanair 97 Mike Romeo.
Atlantic Air 261, descend flight level 80, continue on Unicom now 122.8, bye bye.
Descend flight level 80, continue on Unicom, thanks for goodbye, Atlantic 1.
Bye bye, Tomjet 4 Lima November, when ready, descend flight level 200 level by Elbow.
Descend flight level 200 level Airbus when ready, Tomjet 4 Lima November. 200, that's set. VNAV, LNAV.
Easy, disregard.
386. No, hold on, 200.
47 to London Control, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. Squawk 0342.
Squawk 0432.
Have to be careful wiggling in this. After the flight, can you show the LL 787-9? Tom's asking, mate. I'm not sure if I've got that one installed. I've obviously got this one installed for today.
Set login for
Why did it jump so much?
Roger, thank you. Just confirm 0342, so
Here we go, fat
0342.
fingers. That'll do.
You're currently squawking 0432.
Morning, Shaquille.
It needs to be 0342.
Rating out of 10, 10. So
correcting squawk login for 72.
If you're tuning
Thank
in,
you.
it
Running
does
9
need.
Micromia left turn 190, descend to 2000, cleared ILS approach 22.
It does need the premium deluxe edition of Microsoft Flight Simulator for it to work.
Cleared ILS approach away 22.
Horizon Simulations, no worries, buddy.
Speedbird 3 Echo Tango,
Have a good day.
people approach
Actually, thank you for all of your work as well. And obviously, if you've still got questions, folks, there are other members of the Horizon Simulations team in the chat.
Speedbird 3 Echo Tango, contact Amsterdam, Schiphol approach 121205.
121205, have a nice evening, Speedbird 3 Echo Tango.
You too, Iberia 3921, contact London Control 133.705.
123.705, Iberia
Nav
391.
speed
Thank
into
you.
the
Bye.
descent.
Bye-bye,
Throttle's
Alpine
idle.
8 to Yankee Echo, climb now, flight level 110.
Here we go.
Claim
Into the
110,
P
Alpine
suit.
8 Yankee Echo.
They'll contact you, Paul. As you cross over halfway across the channel, if he hasn't contacted you then switch across.
Over Juliet Echo 25, Roger, you able to depart from uniform or do you need to
Oh,
cross?
Doc, clouds everywhere across Europe. This bad made my sim crash to desktop this afternoon. Bloody hell.
Roger, from uniform then runway 22, clear for takeoff, 230 degrees 6 knots.
Okay, the hard work starts now, folks. So, seatbelts.
Easy 397
Automatic engine and wing icing, but I'm going to manually put them on. Here we go.
Easy 397 November, direct Trent.
The ultimate test.
Direct Trent, easy 379
First flight
November.
into Storm Babbitt
Finally, somebody else is trying to call London.
in the new 787-9. Coming soon to Microsoft Flight Simulator from Horizon Simulations.
Bidder 19, hello, climb file 190.
London's C, Paul. No cabin, Tom. So majestic. Afternoon, Paul. Darts channel, welcome.
Under 212, London Control, roger. Tonjet 785, ask that request for the next controller, contact London now 133.705.
Andrew, have a good day, appreciate it. Saying thanks for previewing this wonderful aircraft. I'll get it and give a donation to Horizon when it's available.
Correct, EG2486, descend flight level 150 and flight heading 160 degrees.
Here we go.
Logan Air 472, fly heading 010 degrees.
VNAV's working really nicely.
Logan Air 472, turn right 010.
Into the clouds.
Turning right 101.
So take a note of the altitude. We're going to be in this until we get down.
Stand by, Ryanair 97 Micromia, clear to land, the surface winds 240 degrees 5 knots.
This is fantastic.
Skyway 792.
Massive thanks to our air traffic controllers today on VATSIM as well.
Alpine 2 Yankee Echo, climb file 210.
Keep it when we get towards flight level 80.
Alpine 8
Stare
Yankee
at
Echo,
this
PFD.
because when I press that standard button and go to local pressure 978, you'll see what we were talking about earlier. High to low, down you go. That massive drop in altitude with the atmospheric pressure locally around Manchester.
Hello to you, report your MAC number.
Really hazardous.
0.770 Mac.
Slippy aircraft.
Roger, reduce
You can change the flight director, yes. But I like this one. I'm used to this one, so I'm keeping this.
Mike arrival.
Might set order break 3. 2 or 3, what do you reckon?
Control, very good afternoon. Osprey 2472 with you, inbound Hemel, flight level 400. Osprey 2472, hello, Elvos 1 Mike arrival for Manchester, fly Mach decimal 79 or greater. Elvos 1 Mike arrival and decimal 79 or greater for Osprey 2472. Skyway 7968, descend flight level 160.
I think maybe 3 for safety. But then it's a long touchdown on 05 right. So we have to think about the length of the runway. So we're landing here. If we do auto brake 2, it's hopefully going to decelerate us right down here. So I think it'll be fine.
Yeah, you get 410, I can get you up to 410. There's a reason why I'm keeping you at that level, so just...
and then we've got a cross 05 left, which they're using for
November,
departures.
Juliet, Echo 25, make the right turn direct to Clacton, Charlie Lima November, and climb now, flight level 110.
Massively low numbers from the storm, yeah.
Flight level 110.
But hurricane level, like air pressure.
Alright.
Elbos is coming up.
2877 with you, flight level 9 or 748, heading 070.
I think that's what we've got set, Doc, actually. Good shout. 25. Wind correction plus 10, not plus 5 for the weather. Auto brake 2, flaps 25, runway wet. And full reverse, yeah.
Osprey 2472, when ready, descend flight level 200 level by Elbos. And ready to descend flight level 200 by Elbos, Osprey 2472.
So let's get them speed brakes out.
And direct to Elbos for you as well. And direct Elbos, Osprey 2472. Finnair 19, climb flight level 310.
There it is externally. She's handling the cloud nicely.
7968, descend flight level 110.
So I'm working to help the VNAV, help the aeroplane.
Finnair 19, climb flight 310.
Reach Elbos at 200 as requested.
Easy 2486, resume your own navigation direct Barkway, descend flight level
1174, yeah, someone else mentioned that. TUI have lost a 737-800 off the runway at Leeds Bradford an hour ago. Jeez. With the weather conditions, I was surprised they were flying then. It's horrendous weather.
472, own navigation direct Leicester. And just confirm you're at flight level 180.
Look at this huge set of cells.
Climbing to 180 and direct to Leicester, Logan 742.
I've never landed this aircraft, this is the first full flight, so I don't know what to expect.
Roger, contact ground on 121.730, bye bye.
121.730, thank you, bye bye, Ryanair 97 Mike Romeo.
Bye bye, Osprey 442, London, hello to you, reduce to Mach 70 or less, it's an Elbos 1 Mike arrival. EG23, 6 Papa Hotel, when ready, descend flight level 200, level by Elbos.
I think Elbos is going to hand us over. Look at this. It's quite eerie, isn't it?
472, climb file 180.
I don't know how long it would take a pilot in real life to get to the stage that he feels comfortable flying in scenarios like this, in weather like this.
705, bye-bye.
133705, easy 379 November, bye.
Bye-bye, easy. Sorry, before you disappear, you climb to 320, sir. Beeline 501, are you able to 360? Beeline 501, London Control.
Absolutely, David, yeah.
Nothing heard. World Express 2877, descend to altitude 3,000 feet, QNH 976 hectopascals.
I'll look over here, just going to press the recall button over here to check
QNH 907
for any warnings. Seatbelts on order 2.
November Juliet 25, climb flight level 190.
Climb flight level 190, let us 25.
Finnair 19, climb flight 410.
Highest level you could give me for the route.
Negative, Finnair 19, climb flight 410. Finnair 19, climb flight level 410, please don't make me repeat yourself 4 times.
Beeline 501.
Hood, Tom. There is a hood, it does work. Those of you who like it. I personally don't like the hoods. I don't like the hoods, so I always
get rid of it. Nuka 1 Hotel, when ready, descend flight level 290.
Nuka 1 Hotel, when ready, 290, shut over.
Beeline 501 from London Control.
Yeah, confirm you can climb flight level 360, sir.
Just set the lighting a bit better here, just for our
Ram 360, copy line
arrival.
1.
Topic 4 Lima November, request further descent.
Yeah, you should be with London 133705, sir.
13475, subject 4 Lima November, bye.
Bye-bye.
You didn't hand me off though. London, hello, subject 4 Lima November's inbound Trent, flight level 200. Oops. 3. Is that it?
Unicam 379 November.
This has stuffed us up now a little bit. London, hello, Tomjet 4 Lima November Heavy, flight level 200 inbound Trent.
Tomjet 4 Lima November London, hello, descend flight level 80.
Descend flight level 80, Tomjet 4 Lima November, hello. So, this is where we need to help the aeroplane. I want to be level by Dane. With that, it might get a little slippy. We're now on idle thrust.
Yankee 295, do we contact
with engine anti-ice and wing engine anti-ice on. Speed might begin to slip forwards a little
Yankee
bit. Hello Grant, buddy, welcome. That sober weather radar is really useless. It is, isn't it?
I would normally cover Norwich, but I'm closing now. You haven't got a flight plan file, so you need to do that anyway. But so
yeah, we have the flight.
118.575.
We just filed one then, so we can refile one.
I can't see it on the system, so you'll have to double check what you've actually filed.
Right now, 24 Echo Tango back.
24 Echo Tango, roger.
Peppo, not sure when it's going to release, buddy.
Right now, 24 Echo Tango, after landing Eurowings A320, enter backtrack.
A little bit of speed break.
After London aircraft, enter backtrack 114.
Look at the strobes illuminating there in the cloud.
Tomjet 4 Lima November, contact Manchester radar 118.575.
Contact Manchester radar 118.575, Tomjet 4 Lima November, thanks, bye.
KLM 890, contact Manchester.
Big vectors, eyes approach, runway 05 right.
Again, Alpha.
Papa. 75, QNH 977 hectopascals now, so it's even lower.
Right, 8 Echo Alpha, turn left, 260 level 160 to 110, inbound up the bed.
2 stations at 1 third, Ryanair 8 Echo Alpha, turn left heading 260 degrees.
260 and 84 Alpha.
Manchester radar, good afternoon. Tomjet 4 Lima November Heavy with Papa QNH 977 hectopascals descending Trent flight level 140 for 80.
Iberia 3921, turn right heading 320 degrees.
So we've reported
3,500 feet.
I think it's this one, isn't it?
Right, 320 degrees and descending to 2,500 feet.
There's our fixed rings.
This confirms 3,500 feet.
There's Dane, so I've got a heading set.
Feet, sorry, Iberia 391.
Tomjet 4 Lima November, Manchester radar, hello. You can expect vectors, ice approach 05 right to leave Dane heading 250 degrees.
Expect vectors, ILS 05 right and leave Dane heading 250 degrees, Tomjet 4 Lima November.
Iberia 3921, speed 180 knots, maintain till 60 ME.
So speed's 250 now, aircraft's respected that constraint. No injuries reported at Leeds, Mike, that's good to hear.
Charlie, contact Manchester
overshoot.
This one's 625, bye bye.
Alpha Tower 118.625.
That's our next frequency, 118.625.
Iberia 3921, turn right heading 020 degrees, cleared ice approach 05 right.
Right, 020 degrees, clear for ILS 05 right, Iberia 391.
On the speed brake for now, just to see.
KLM 890 at flight level 146 to flight level 110.
Skid off the runway, not an overshoot vol. Interesting. So maybe an aquaplane.
KLM 89 Sierra, Manchester radar, hello. You can expect vectors ice approach 05 right.
Make sure we've got our charts ready. So I'm now looking at this set of charts.
LM89 Sierra, descend flight level 80.
We've been given leave Dane heading 250, so let's get that set.
Flight level 080, KLM 890.
set. And we'll make sure the collar's switched all the way up to maximum angle of bank.
Echo Alpha, turn left heading 235.
Alex, I do, yes buddy.
235 and
10,000 feet.
4 Lima November, speed 220 knots.
Speed 220, Tomjet 4 Lima November. FMC message.
Echo Alpha, continue left hand heading 200 degrees, speed 220 knots.
200 degrees and 200 knots for an 88 plus.
Speed brake. So that's rearmed. Through 10,000, so landing lights on, runway turn off lights on, taxi lights on. We'll put the logo and the wing lights on, and because we've got them all on now, let's see what it looks like from the outside. Oh! Look at that. The gear's not even down yet. Really good emissives. Caution! Speed brake extended. Wasn't, it was armed. Alright, we'll go with that.
Iberia 3921, contact Manchester.
Passing Dane.
118.625, bye-bye.
Heading select mode. Engaged.
118.625, thank you, bye-bye, Iberia 3921.
Object 4 Lima November, descend altitude 5,000 feet, Manchester QNH is 977 hectopascals.
Descend 5,000, QNH 977 hectopascals, Tomjet 4 Lima November. Okay, lights and signs. Order brake is set, seatbelt signs are on. All of our anti-ice is still on. We'll leave that on until final approach, and then we'll just put it back to automatic, potentially. Well, I could leave it on, actually, depends how bad it is. So, we're in descent to flight level, to 5,000. Warnings of anti-ice on there. And local QNH, you ready for this, folks? So when we get to 8,000, I'm going to click the button and watch this. We're going to go from flight level 80 to 8,000 feet QNH 977. High to low, down you go. Watch that.
8 Echo Alpha, turn left heading 180 degrees.
Look at that altitude loss. About 1,100 feet lower than we realise we are. Right, saying anti-ice on, so let's just go to auto. Let's see how it handles.
890, turn left heading
That in
235.
automatic, so it should be able to then turn it on and off if need be.
Turn left heading 235 and descend to flight level 070 KLM 890.
457, 142 with the speeds, so that's fine. We'll leave plus 10 for the safety margin of an extra 5 knots on approach. And we're on our minimum clean speed.
4 Lima November, turn left heading 235.
Left 235, 4 Lima November.
Right now, 8 Echo Alpha, speed 180 knots, maintain till 6 DME.
Just smooth out the levelling off here to 8,000 feet.
180 knots, maintain to 6 DME. Right, 8 Echo Alpha.
Right now, 8 Echo Alpha, turn left heading 080 degrees, cleared ice approach 05 right.
0 degrees, clear less 05 right.
There's an aircraft on final there. What do you guys think the touchdown is going to be like?
November, speed 180 knots.
Speed 180, Tomjet 4 Lima November. So through minimum clean. Speed set. 5. Warning of a checklist incomplete. And that's because we've done all that automatically. So I'm going to cycle through this anyway. We're on the landing checklist now. So it's actually good. It's prompting us to use the checklists, which is quite smart actually. Speed brake is armed. Flap set 5, and that's the correct speed for 180 as well with flap 5. Osprey 25 Charlie's on final. Roy saying butter with auto land. I'm going to hand fly it in, I think, if I can.
Object 4 Lima November, turn right heading 270 degrees.
Right, 270 degrees, Tomjet 4 Lima November. Is it extended? Oh, it is a little bit, isn't it? What if I press that keybind? Has that armed it without extending it? Hasn't. Oh well. it automatically extends on touchdown anyway. 270 right turn 180, 5000. QNH is set, rad out is set, the ILS bits are all set, missed approach is briefed. Where is it?
LM890, descend
That's the one I want.
5,000 feet, Manchester QNH 977 hectopascal.
Missed approach then. Let's get rid of the music for now.
3,000 feet and QNH 977.
Climb to 3,500. Straight ahead to 700.
5,000 feet.
Or 0 DME, which is the threshold of 05 right inbound. Whichever's latest, then turn right, track 186 as directed. Really important for this kind of stuff.
Object 4 Lima November, descend altitude 3,500 feet.
Descend altitude 3,500 feet, object 4 Lima November.
Okay, 295, can we get vectors to Manchester?
Look at that, that's really impressive, isn't it?
My coverage, Montreal Unicom 123.8.
Look how bright those lights are, that's fantastic.
Yankee 297, copy?
Object 4 Lima November, turn right heading 020 degrees, clear approach 05 right.
Right 020 degrees and cleared ILS 05 right, object 4 Lima November.
Ryanair 8 Echo Alpha, contact tower 118.625,
not got time for that to happen.
118.625, thank you, bye bye.
Lots of rain on the windshield, just about to see it. 050.
Manchester approach, Osprey 2472 with you, inbound Dane, descending to flight level 80.
Osprey 2472, Manchester radar, hello. Expect vectors for the ILS approach 05 right. Leave Dane heading 250 degrees, descend flight level 70.
It's a slippy aeroplane, you've got to be ahead of it. This is tough weather, isn't it?
ILS 05 right, leave.
I'll chuff in at 020.
250, Dane 250.
This is when you know my workload is high. So 020, approach mode is arms, locks armed, glide slopes armed, heading select and altitude are active, 3,511.
degrees.
What is it doing?
180, KLM 890.
I don't know what's doing there. Okay, so that's a weird bit of behaviour of the ILS. So it's actually took us left to establish on the beam, which is odd. Anyway, 13 miles. A little weird bit of behaviour there, but that's fine.
Manchester approach, good afternoon. Easy 36 Papa Hotel. Passing flight level 140, heading down to flight level 80.
Look at that wind. 087 at 49.
Inbound, heading towards DN.
The aeroplane's struggling with it.
36 Papa Hotel, Manchester radar, hello. Vectors off for the ILS approach 05 right.
We're established now, folks, so we're on 050.
Descend, flight level 80, easy 3H Papa Hotel.
That's object 4, Lima November's established, 12 miles, 05 right.
Object 4 Lima November, speed 180 knots, maintain till 6 DME, contact tower 118.625, bye bye.
180 till 6, 118.625 for tower, object 4 Lima November. Thanks to the ATC, have a good day.
Right.
Thank you.
12185.
25 Charlie, contact ground 121.850.
Done. Next frequency, get it tuned. 3,500, flap 15.
Holding up for one, Logan 707.
Just before the glide slope.
Logan 707, Manchester Tower, good afternoon. Via Alpha 1, line up and wait, runway 05 left.
Fly Alpha 1, line up and wait, Logan 707.
Manchester Tower, good afternoon. Object 4 Lima November Heavy, inbound ILS 05 right, 10 miles.
Object 4 Lima November, Manchester Tower, good afternoon. Continue approach runway 05 right, surface wind 060 degrees, 13 knots.
Continue, Object 4 Lima November. Okay, some final checks. Overhead panel looks good. Lights and signs, icing as required.
Logan 707, runway 05 left, surface wind 060 degrees, 13 knots, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 05 left, Logan 707.
Speed brakes armed. I wonder if I can actually...
Lufthansa 1412, Mallorca Unicom 122.8, goodbye.
It doesn't come up as armed there though, interestingly.
Unicom
might just be the preview build.
Goodbye, thank you.
On the glide slope now. 8 miles. Gear down, early. Flaps 18. Yeah, it doesn't like that speed brake setting that I've got there, but that's fine. It automatically, when we touch down and add reverse thrust, it'll automatically swing those out anyway. Flight control replay, I need to do that, don't I? 789. Let's see what happens. So I'm now recording the approach for you folks. Does the hood work? Yes, but I don't like using them. There it is. I find them immensely distracting. Okay, so 160 now at 6. We'll go for flap 25, final stage of flaps, geared down and green.
3921 via Delta Zulu 1, cross runway 05 left and hold at Papa 2.
And here we go.
Cross runway 05 left and hold at Papa 2, embedded 391.
What were your thoughts, Biff?
You're 4, Lima November, runway 05 right, surface wind 060 degrees, 13 knots, clear to land.
Clear to land 05 right, Tom Jet 4 Lima November. Stunning, isn't it? Look at the
8
textures.
Echo Alpha, taxi to Foxtrot Zulu 1, hold short, runway 05 left.
It's a little bit of a crab, bit of a crosswind, still 080 at 44 knots at 1,800 feet. Which is why I've added the plus 10. So now we've got, was it V142, 152, adding the 10, into the rain. Should we put the wipers on?
Logan 707, you come on
just for a bit more distraction.
Logan 707, goodbye.
Okay, here we go. Massively reduced visibility there.
Tom Jet 7 Tango Delta, approach now for departure. Tom Jet 7 Tango Delta, Manchester Tower, good afternoon, via Alpha 1 line up and wait, runway 05 left. Via Alpha 1 line up and wait, runway 05 left, Tom Jet 7 Tango Delta. Iberia 3921, contact Manchester ground 121.850.
121.850, thank you, bye. Iberia 3921.
Check. Just resetting the standby instruments there.
Now, so hold short that next taxiway.
There's the approach lights. Well, now they've disappeared again. Cloud is so bad.
Holding short at Papa 2, Iberia 391.
Thank you.
Look at the wind. Rollout and flare is active. Should we do an auto land?
Tom Jet 7 Tango Delta F, haven't cleared you already, runway 05 left, cleared takeoff, surface wind 060 degrees, 13. 05 left, cleared takeoff, Tom Jet 7 Tango Delta.
No viz. 1 mile, 1.5 miles. I'm going to hand fly it from now. So, my throttles, my controls, autopilot off. Staring at the flight directors and the ILS here. Whoa, a little bit of sync there. Oh, there's a lot of work going on here, the aeroplane. My goodness. Looking ahead.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Little firm, but I was on the verge of going around then.
Right at 8 Echo Alpha via Foxtrot Zulu 1.
100 knots.
Cross runway 05
Reverse
left.
screen.
And on the other side, hold short of Kilo, but make sure you've vacated the runway, please. Hold short Kilo.
Roger.
That's the animation.
Foxtrot Zulu, runway 05 right, and on short on Kilo. After
but actually, auto brake a bit too firm for us. Look, that auto brake 2 is more than enough. 275 foot per minute on the touchdown zone, actually, and the centre line. Look at that. First ever touchdown in the 787-9. Really horrendous weather. We'll vacate Victor Delta here just to help the aircraft behind. We decelerated very quickly then. There was a bit of a gust and a bit of a shove and a change of wind direction, which kind of actually initially was an element of sync, but then it almost, with my correction to the sync, and the change in the wind made us balloon then above the glide slope. So it was proper marginal, as David's saying, and I was going to smash the throttles forward and go around to give it another shot there, but that's some shocking visibility. That's Object 4 Lima November's vacated Victor Delta.
Storage 4 Lima November, thanks. Taxi Delta Zulu 1, hold short 05 left.
Taxi Delta Zulu 1, hold short 05 left, Object 4 Lima November. It was low vis until about 200 feet from the ground on final 4 Lima November.
Roger, thank you.
So, V-brake, flaps. 275 foot per minute, no bounce, 1.26 G. Happy days. And yes, I did better than Tomjet 3551.
4 Lima November, I'm closing up now, and ground is staying on line 121.850, but they don't control until the other side of the active runway that's on your left. There's 2 aircraft that are with Unicom that are about to depart that runway, so cross at your own discretion, and then ground 12185 on the other side.
We'll go cross discretion, then ground on the other side, Tomjet 4 Lima November. Thanks to the ATC, have a good day.
You too, goodbye. Break, Ryanair 8 Echo Alpha, ground 121.850, goodbye.
121.850, thank you, bye bye.
All stations, smash the tower is closed, monitor Unicom.
So I'm going to go across to that, 122.8. Which is ground. We got Delta Zulu 1, which is all the way across here, not this section. Yeah, wind shear on short final as well. So that's where if we had in the sim an option of a wind shear alarm, we would have. That's a mandatory go around. Ground's gone offline actually as well. 118575. So, oh look, I've still got strobes on. They're fantastic strobes. Runway turn off. In fact, before I turn those off, let me just show you guys that from the outside. That is so incredible. Look at that. There's the little.
Just a traffic they can go from the 05 list.
I'll leave the nose light taxi lights on actually, just because it's a little bit easier. Landing rate Pedro, so it's a widget for GSX Pro.
Max 6879 stand 50.
Landing rate widget for flightsim.to.
West the beam stand 52. Manchester traffic.
Manchester traffic, easy to follow me Delta running up 05 left Manchester.
I do need strobes to cross 5 left, yes. And this is the whole point that we've been told to cross actually, so we're going to hold. There goes one above. Watch him disappear now. Is that enter air or something? And Manchester traffic, Tomjet 4 Lima November heavies holding short Delta Zulu 1 to cross 05 left. Strobes on.
Manchester traffic, easy to follow me Delta taking off 05 left.
Manchester traffic, Stiver 23 are taxiing for Delta.
I can't even see him. There will be strobes on, so hopefully you can see it a little bit more clearly. And I'm just holding it on the foot brakes because I've got a little bit of an issue with the park brake toggle at the moment, it seems, from the ground. Doc, what stand do we need to go to, buddy?
Liverpool traffic easy 9900, pushes start stand 4 facing west, Liverpool traffic.
Okay, there he is. Just see movement in the fog.
Manchester traffic, Osprey 2472 is going around. Runway 05 right.
Whee! Off he goes. Manchester traffic, Tomjet 4 Lima November's crossing 05 left, Delta Zulu 1. When you're using that secondary runway has as a taxiway, you don't need strobes on 8 left, 26 right. There's an LL. We're one down. Is that KLM? I think it is. There's one on the hold point over there as the looks of it as well.
Liverpool, traffic November 330 Alpha Kilo, off runway 09 at Liverpool. Cool Hill.
Dock says 202 can stand. That's straight ahead, isn't it?
35460 Liverpool.
And Manchester traffic, Tomjet 4 Lima November's vacated 05 left on Papa for stand 202. Oh. Choffy neck. Papa Delta Echo. November Charlie 1. Romeo. Or November Charlie and Romeo. I've got to find the GSX thing now for... Pop your strobes off. Runway turn off, lights off. Pop that off as well for now. Stand 202. Where is it?
And Manchester traffic, Blue Max 6879. We're going to taxi to holding points Alpha Golf 1 runway 05 left, and we're going to wait for the traffic crossing 23 right. Blue Max 6879 Manchester traffic.
Is too small for your aircraft.
Well, it's a medium gate. Not ideal, but hey ho. Anyway, flaps are up, speed brake is retracted, TCAS is off. Let's go to APU. Start. Clear right.
Unicom traffic, EV36 Papa Hotel on the
good old
mile
Manchester
final for ILS 05 right.
Oh, Ian, that's not good. Oh, that sun blazing through there, look at that. And there was mention about cabin lighting, wasn't there, earlier on Horizon Simulation, saying they've actually put in a custom cabin on some of the liveries. Which you, well, not a custom cabin, sorry, the effect of custom cabin lighting for the airlines looking from the outside in. So as we taxi here, just going to look to night time. There you go. So it's like that tui blue.
Traffic off the low, taking off the on left, landing wait.
Just something extra little nice. I mean, it doesn't look amazing, does it? But it's something nice. Mainly ZYN. My settings are on ultra, like most of it anyway. And the rather sad people that are writing those articles. PMDGF are a fantastic development house. A really nice group of people as well who are working really bloody hard to get the 777 and this flight tablet and support order of other products and all the rest of it. And then you've got some absolute dribbler who's been frankly a pretty fairly disgraceful. Frankly disgraceful on their forum from what we gather, and there's been banned because of it. And they've then gone and wrote
this is Force,
they've then wrote a nasty article about PMDG because they're so horrible.
For the runway.
I hope that EVA stays there.
All stations on the ground at Manchester, there's now ground control back online.
Thank you. Copy for Force as well, thank you, sir.
Manchester ground, hello, Tomjet 4 Lima November, I'm just on November Charlie for stand 202.
Tomjet 4 Lima November, yeah, continue stand 202 by November Charlie, thank you.
Okay, thanks. We'll just have enough wing clearance there. I might take it
Force 4565 Manchester ground radio check.
So 202.
Can Force 4565 readable T5
is there.
Came Force 4565 before you came on line, sir. We started our
nice
engines
and wide.
on 8 prong.
Hey, there's an Osprey.
Require them for power. We're looking to pick up clearance down at Gatwick. We're
Taxi lights off.
17 Globemaster.
Can Force 4565, Roger. Report which taxiway you're on, sir.
Team Force, we're currently still on the apron. I believe we are on
always one.
A remote stand. I'll call you back if required.
Can Air 4565, not a problem. I'll give you your clearance now if you're ready to copy.
Team Force, we're ready to copy your clearance and push when able.
Push.
Can Force 4565 clear.
Yeah, he's actually taking us on 202 left. We don't have the option, that's why. So we're just going to have to swallow this as it is.
Copy, sir. That might be a bit of an issue, but if you let us know, we'll have a look.
Okay.
Because I can't park in front of all of those. Oh well. GSX picking up, the Radisson Blue ahead of us. Just coming a little wide, intentionally.
On taxiway November Charlie now.
Eva 16, would you like your taxi then, sir?
We're going taxi to runway 05 left,
Eva 16, taxi holding point Alpha 1, runway 05 left, via November Charlie, Echo Delta Alpha for Alpha 1.
Stop.
To holding point Alpha 1 via Echo Delta Alpha.
Park brake is set. It's a manual toggle for me, that. Okay. Let's go wing lights off for now anyway. APU's on, generators are on, that's all good, that's fine, they're fab, and we will look down here, shut down the engines, 1 and 2, offline. We'll flick this across so we can watch the engine displays.
Type E190 stand 05.
No, we don't have tail clearance. Well, I didn't choose the stand, Doc. You did. I would have gone over there somewhere.
KLM 359 cleared Amsterdam Schiphol, Desic 1 Sierra departure, squawk 05733.
Right, engines are off. Lovely stuff. So we can then pop the beacon light off. And with that in mind, let's go to New Sky and we will look at our very first, well, the very first New Sky. Yeah, Doc. I already said it's a GSX issue. But I'm not going to keep going over silly repetition of stuff.
Got your clearance when you're
ready. Let's close the flight.
10 Force ready, got to be clear.
Let's see what we've got for the score.
Thank you.
Nice little balance.
10 Force 4565 cleared London
And
Gatwick, list
we actually got a 10.
departure, squawk 4715.
Distance from threshold almost 100 metres, just shy of 100 metres from what the limit was.
We'll go for full level
before then going above the touchdown zone, beyond the touchdown zone, and a good score 1.33 at 276 foot per minute, challenging conditions, and that's our little route for today. Lovely job. And I'm going to log off from VATSIM, so now I'm offline proper. There we go. We're offline completely. And I'm also going to stop the recording of that flight replay that we've just done, and I'm going to load the 789 file to see what we get. And then we'll replay the touchdown. And on Volanta, that's what we've just landed in. Let's replay. Make sure this is on. Light signs, yeah, that looks good. They're fine. The engines are running. Right, let's watch from this view then, shall we, folks? There goes a flap extension, slats. Don't forget to head to the Horizon Simulations Discord server. That will get you all of the information prior to its release to let you know any tips, tricks, and all the information you need before they hit that button to be. It's a really good place to go to for that. They'll tell you where you'll be able to download it when it does get released and all the rest of it. Tom, you keep asking for the LL. I've already said a few times. I don't think I've got it installed. It'll be one of those things you'll have to wait. You'll have to wait and see what it looks like. But it'll be good. Of course it will be. The ones that I have seen so far, the liveries, are absolutely spectacular. And perhaps maybe on the weekend, on Sunday, I'll have it installed. We might be able to have a little look at it then. KW Airlines, welcome. Gonna have a busy afternoon ahead. I've got after the stream today, I've got to get all my stuff sorted out for night shift tonight. I've got to go to work for 12 hours. And this approach was tiring enough. All of the screenshots we've taken through today, I'll put them onto our Discord server in the Flight Sim screenshot section, and then I'll pick a couple as well and I'll put them on various channel related social media. So British Av Geek Instagram, Facebook, maybe our Twitter or X as it is now as well. Absolutely no problem at all, Delta Tango. I couldn't resist. MPS has took off from Gothenburg, 25 to 30 knot crosswind. Chuffing heck, that's really mega. Tom says Melbourne to Perth would be cool. Would love to see a Qantas ops with this. They have got a livery for it. Look at that wing flex. That's incredible. If that isn't enough to get you excited, I don't know what is. Look how fluid that wing is. The whole thing's moving. There's the flare. There's the touchdown. And there's the reverse. That's some insane wing flex. Now let's go to get a replay from the outside. What have we done here? That's the one I want. Is it the one I want? Yes. Off it goes. See ya. Those strobes are lovely, aren't they? Really cool. We want to go over to the touchdown zone here so we can spot our landing on the replay once again, but from the outside looking in, if that makes sense as well. That wing flex was fantastic. Even the way that the wing kind of droops as we start to decelerate there, really nice. Let's go to drone camera, about 30 or so for the rotation, 32. And then we go back here, pause the replay, wind it back in the air, zip. Here we go. Miss Januarism, no, that was me controlling it. Look at that bit of sync there. You can see the wings bouncing. And the flaperons. Oh, caught that flare just. A bit of a weird landing kind of animation there, isn't it? It kind of sort of touches down the main undercarriage and snaps on the ground, but otherwise, just wonderful. And those strobes as well, look at that. It's just spectacular. Right, if I replay this, we'll just drop the replay back a little bit. To there. How's that for a screenshot? Look at that. I'm just going to go to reverse as well, make sure we enable the reverse thrust. It hasn't really popped out there. So cool, look at the animations of the lights and all the rest of it. I'm going to go back to the wing view. I'm going to watch it from this side as we end today's live stream. It's just going to sort itself out with Sky Dolly and work out how all of the positions of control surfaces and all the rest of it. Yeah, the wing flex when we did that little balloon, as we kind of lost and ended up a little bit too low and then ended up too high, the wings kind of rose up a little bit. It's exactly what it looks like when you're looking at it from real life. But this is coming soon, at some point in the future. This is a preview beta build of a release candidate. So they're still working on a lot of stuff. They're still working on tweaks and fixes of things. The way it handles on approach and landing certainly is a focus of the team at the moment. Wing flex is insane. I've not seen anything like it in the sim. I hope you guys have all enjoyed today's live stream from Palma de Mallorca to Manchester on the VATSIM network with the Horizon Simulations Boeing 787-9 coming very soon to Microsoft Flight Simulator. I hope you guys are all really excited for it. UC's asking if I'm flying across the pond. I've got the time off work, but I haven't got a slot. So unless I get a slot, probably not. I'll have to work something out. I'm trying to get a slot at the moment, but watch this space. Huge thanks to everyone who's hit the like button throughout today. Welcome to all of our new subscribers. Loads of you have hit that shiny red subscribe button down below, so thank you. If you haven't already, make sure you do before you head off. And a big thanks as always to all of our new and current and existing channel members on the channel. Bronze, silver, gold. Appreciate all of your support. In the meantime, as always, there are lots of other content creators ready to hit their live buttons for this aircraft in the preview, so you'll be able to catch them across Twitch and YouTube over the next 24 hours or so. Click that link that's pinned in the live chat to head to the Horizon Simulations Discord server for any updates and all the news for this aircraft add-on. And in the meantime, as always, enjoy the start of the weekend. I'm off to go work a night shift. I'll see you very soon. Thanks for flying along. Take care.